want to stop us, we won't stop. We are well on our way. So we're seeking more investors in the energy sector to meet the energy deficit in the state, and there is market for that. And this is a demonstration that you have a serious and responsible government in Oyo State that will continue to provide the enabling environment for businesses to thrive. So on this note, we will proceed to commission the first phase of the Oyo State Independent Power Project to the glory of God and for the benefit of the good people of Oyo State. This Independent Power Project is commissioned by me.
Yes, good morning. I want to say good morning to the people of Oyo State. Let me add the word, the good people of Oyo State. My name is Olusegun Ogunbayi. The time we are waiting for is here, and that's the time to meet our governor, GSM Media Chat. This time around is going to take a different form, just unlike what we've been doing before. Today, the media chat is going to involve the voice of the people. And when I say the voice of the people, I mean the media will cut across every media house's personnel that will be present here, who are going to throw their questions and ask the governor different questions that have been collected from the people. Don't forget, the media is the fourth realm of the estate, and they bridge the gap between the governed and the government. And that is why the governor, in his own magnanimity, has already given the chance for the people to have their voice today. Questions are going to be asked, and we are going to have answers from the governor. But let me say this, why the governor is answering those questions, we may also, of course, question the answers of the governor. So we ask him questions and we question the answers. It's going to be a wonderful time this morning. It's my pleasure to tell you how the governor in the house is made this wonderful morning. And of course, lots of personalities are also in the house. But let me just say this first. To introduce my governor, His Excellency the Governor, the Executive Governor of Oyo State, Engineer Seyi Makinde, is here seated with us in this house. Welcome. Good morning.
Good morning, Seyi. Thank you for having me this morning for this chat.
Great pleasure. Ní àárọ̀ yìí, aláfihàn ní torí pé eléyìí yàtọ̀ ní àárọ̀ yìí. Ohun tí a ṣe láàárọ̀ ni pé a ti ní orí ọ̀fẹ́ àti àǹfààní láti ní gómìnà ní àárọ̀ yìí. Pàápàá láti lè bá wa sọ̀rọ̀ àti lè dáhùn ìbéèrè tí àwọn aráàlú ti ní wọn. Ohun tí a ṣe láàárọ̀ yìí ni pé gbogbo àwọn oníròyìn ní àṣà káàkiri àwọn ilé-iṣẹ́ ìròyìn. Nítorí pé àwọn ni wọ́n súnmọ́ àwọn ènìyàn. Àti wípé àwọn oníwà láàrin ìjọba àti àwọn tá à ń ṣe ìjọba lé lórí. Ìdí nìyí tó fi jẹ́ pé ọ̀rọ̀ aláàbò ohun ti àárọ̀ yìí aráàlú ló fẹ́ béèrè béèrè gómìnà sì ti ṣetán láti dá gbogbo ìbéèrè gómìnà ló sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ o àwọn lọ sọ pé àwọn fẹ́ káràlú sọ̀rọ̀ lélẹ̀ àwọn ò fẹ́ ká máa béèrè béèrè lásán ìbéèrè aráàlú ohun káràlú ní lọ́kàn àwọn ó sì máa dáhùn aráàlú bá ti béèrè. ẹ jẹ́ kí n máa fi eléyìí kí gómìnà wa káàbọ̀ sí ìpéjọpọ̀ ọwọ́ rẹ̀ ìjókòó pẹ̀lú yìí ló ti lè jẹ́ pé àwọn olóko àwọn ènìyàn jàǹkàn tí wọ́n tẹ̀lé gómìnà wa àwọn náà wà nílé tí màmá ṣe àfihàn bí àbátìlọ lórí ètò. Gómìnà Abíọ́dún Ṣèyí Mákindé ẹ máa ń táwọn ará ilé gbogbo ẹ fún ìwà.
Ẹ mọ̀ pé ẹ̀yin èèyàn wa ní ilé àtọ́kọ̀
tí wọ́n fi àkúdédé èyí and inú mi dùn pé mo ní àǹfààní láti bá àwọn ọmọ wa sọ̀rọ̀ lórí bí ìjọba wọn ló ṣe lò.
Àfọ sọ̀rọ̀ yòókù bí ìjọba wọn ló ṣe lọ. The government is only referring to the mandate given to him by the people because change the time of your birthday while stopping the celebration. Those questions keep on coming.
And before I will even answer that question, the 35 innocent souls that we lost about 3 days ago, it's something that is really unforgivable and it is insane. So people where see answer any question, work out our Muslim rest for 1 minute. Silent, no more please. May the souls of those innocent children rest in peace, and also may the Almighty give strength to the families. No, of course, it's a tragedy of monumental proportion. And these are children, innocent souls. I remember when my father was on his deathbed, I loved him so much. That even before that I should die, he can live. And he looked at me and said, look, we have had a good life. He was going to 76, maybe few weeks, 3 or 4 weeks to 76, but I was 45. And he said, look, we have had a good life. You are just starting out. So if God asked me to come now so that you can make your own impact. But when I look at these children, it's even better for us to go and let those children let them live. Maybe some of us, we've achieved some things. You know, potential president who are the dream is dead. Potential inventors who are so looking at all of that, for me, a bad day is the least thing after that tragedy. People may think, oh, okay, these things happen, yeah, it does. But this one is totally different because of the people involved. They are very innocent and also because of the fact that this is something that we should have avoided. If we are involved, if we play a role very well, that live responsibly. So that's majorly not bad day for me this year, because we're seriously for money. This is it's.
You used the word avoidable when you were speaking. Can you explain a little bit on the word avoidable?
We were avoidable because if the organizers and all, if they've done what they are supposed to do, don't invite people, no crowd control, no contact with the security agencies, and so there was no plan in place. And when this started, I mean, Honorable Commissioner for Health she's seated out there, and she sent me that message, and the chairman of the hospital management board, it was already too late. By the time they sent those messages, corpses of those children were already going to the mortuary. So it's just unfortunate, and it's something that we have to really learn. I mean, this year, 2024, two major avoidable incidences that led to loss of life. We started the year 16th of January with the explosion at Bodija. I mean, some people storing explosives in a residential area, and then the residents also, they've been seeing some of these things, and we said, look, if you see something, say something, and then put the blame on the authority if we cannot do something about it. That's how we started the year. And 2 weeks to the end of the year again, an incident that is avoidable.
Yeah, Mr. Governor, you have used the word avoidable. Before I ask the follow-up question, we have an Oluwapo on Monday on panel, and we have Lola Seyi. Avoidable. I learned the organizers visited the Commissioner of Women Affairs before that event was organized. It simply means that the government was in the know that an event was taking place. Why did the government not respond? Feeding 5,000 kids, at least 5,000 mothers and fathers will come with them. So the government was in the know. Why was there no action to prevent it?
Well, Edmund, to be honest, this event itself, the incident itself is sobering enough for me. And I don't want to shift blame. I don't want to say, okay, this happened, this is not happening. I can come to your office socially. If you need to inform government about an event, there's a process. Did they follow that process? Even the principal of Islamic high school is in custody at this time. What did he do? Because there's a process for that school to be used for any event. You write, you get to the ministry, they give approval, and if government is even in the no, let's say, taking your word for it, let's say they visited the Commissioner for Women Affairs. What did they discuss with him? Did they ask for any approval for this event? I can tell you categorically the answer is no. And then, forget about on the government side. Did they inform any of the security agencies? Did they inform the police? Did they inform anyone? Yeah, because you're on radio saying, look, I want to do this type of event. It's taking place at Ayefele right now. I've been there several times about this period. You see children, they go out there, they do their thing. So if you know the magnitude of the things that you're supposed to do, then you should request for appropriate approval. And let me also say this. If you're saying, look, you heard, it is not a substitution for going through, the process.
Your Excellency, you spoke first on this particular issue, but it seems to have assumed a national dimension. As of this morning, it's in the news that the Inspector General of Police himself has taken over the investigation. It speaks to how important it is President Bola Tinubu has issued a statement commiserating. So the national dimension that it is taking, does it get you worried? Or what does it mean to you?
Well, I don't play politics with the lives of my own people in our state. People can say whatever they like, but I have responsibility to ensure that, look, the people of your state that I swore on oath to protect. If I have issues about that in this state, I don't wait for anybody. I don't wait for their opinion. I look at what is before me and I deal decisively with it. So, national dimension, what would that do for us? It's our problem that we have to solve.
ẹ ṣeun gómìnà kí lórí ọ̀rọ̀ ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ tó ṣẹlẹ̀ náà ni àti àkọ́kọ́ dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín ẹ kú àtẹ̀mọ́ra fún yín láti sọ wípé ọjọ́ ìbí yín ẹ̀tì ẹ̀ṣẹ̀wélé ní ọdún yìí ó fi mọ̀ wípé gómìnà tó ń ro ti aráàlú mọ́ tiwọn bá a ti ṣe mọ̀ yín òun náà nìyí ẹ sọ nípa ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ ti ìbẹ̀rẹ̀ ọdún yìí January ti ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ búgbàmù ní Bódìjà mo fẹ́ ká wo ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ yìí nígbà tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ẹ gbé àwọn ìgbésẹ̀ tó nípọn láti fún àwọn tí ọ̀rọ̀ ikán ní ibùgbé láti pèsè nǹkan ìdẹ̀rùn fún gbogbo àwọn tọ́rọ̀ ikán láti ní kí wọ́n lọ káàkiri láti wo àwọn ilé tó kàn bóyá ètò wọn máa bìwó ni bóyá ilé tí wọ́n máa bákan náà ni ètò bíi ojú òpó ìrànlọ́wọ́ tá a lè pè ní òfin ìjọ ti ṣiṣẹ́ kọ̀ọ̀kan lórí wọn.
Okay, ẹ ṣeun. ìgbà tí ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ Bódìjà ṣẹlẹ̀, immediately I think gbogbo step tí ẹ sọ yìí, àwọn two things ni ó wà nínú question. One, àwọn tí wọ́n the people tó cause ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ yìí, kí ló ti ṣẹlẹ̀ sí wọn? Well, the will, justice, ó máa rotate, ó máa take time. Because we go to court, and what I can assure you ni pé nobody has been let off the hook, and àwọn agbófinró wọ́n ń ṣe iṣẹ́ wọn láti ensure pé justice is served. And fún àwọn tí properties are destroyed, me, I will say it openly the way tó bá ṣe rí mi, because my responsibility to the people to let them know how things are going. Àwọn tí wọ́n wà involved tó jẹ́ pé ilé wọn wó àbí ó crack, àwọn Nigerian Society of Engineers lọ síbẹ̀, wọ́n ṣe report. Of course, ó take time. Some of them have gone to the hotel during this period. Wọ́n ṣe report. I mentioned it, they will be supported, not compensated. There's a difference. They will be supported because yes, it's your government. Your government has come and supported. But when people have entitled position, because the report Nigerian Society of Engineers also look at valuation among Katonshi is about 3-point-something billion. Okay, I said, let us look for 3-point-something billion so that they can, get things moving again. So some people came back and said, pé àwọn gbọ́ ní Abuja pé wọ́n fún Ọ̀yọ́ state government ní iye báyìí, so 5 billion àwọn fẹ́. And I said, you don't run the government for us. You are part of this report. But the long and short of it, okay, I'll fix a meeting with them for Monday morning. Let us close this one. But other things they cash like at the award the contract to fix the road tó wà ní axis, and so that I can say that a closure, a complete closure from the standpoint of government. But in terms of closure for the people themselves, some of these things, especially, àwọn èèyàn lè máa recover for life, because some ó lè jẹ́ pé certificate wọn ni wọ́n rí mọ́ tó ti bá rọ́bì yẹn lọ. So you can't say that you put closures, but in terms of getting their lives back together, I think we're very close.
Ọ̀pẹ ní àkókò tá a wà ní ìsìn, gómìnà, àwọn ènìyàn dìbò fún ní 2023 dáadáa. Ní 2029, ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ iṣẹ́, ní 2019, ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ iṣẹ́ náà ni a ṣe títí tí àwọn ènìyàn fi gbé wọlé gẹ́gẹ́ bí gómìnà. Ṣùgbọ́n ní 2023, ó dàbí ẹni pé kì í ṣe pé bàbá sọ pé ló gbé wọlé. Ọ̀rọ̀ dàbí ẹni pé kì í ṣe sọ pé.
Bàbá ò ló sọ pé
Ní 2020, kò sí
bẹ́ẹ̀ ni 2019 kò sí.
Ṣé pé 2023 iṣẹ́ sọ pé gidigidi. Àwọn ènìyàn rí iṣẹ́ gidigidi bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe. Kò ní sí pé wọ́n ṣẹ̀ ń tọ́jú lé pé ẹ máa dìbò fún ọlọ́dá. Ìfẹ́ àwọn èèyàn gbọ́ sókè dáradára. Ní 2024, èmi wà fẹ́ bèrè lọ́wọ́ pé nígbà tá a bẹ̀rẹ̀ tó jẹ́ nínú àwọn àfojúsùn táwọn olóyìnbó pè ní the agendas tí ẹ ní lọ́kàn. Tá bá wo December báyìí nìsín, ọdún ìkókó wọlé ní àárín ìṣẹ́jú péréte, àwọn nǹkan wo the highlights of some of the things you been able to, your government have been able to achieve within this period of 2024. Bóyá a tẹ̀lé fi tó àwọn èèyàn létí. Àwọn díẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ báyìí torí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn títì tẹ̀ ṣe 184.37 kilometers of road in your first 4 years, 152.92 kilometers in the first year of Community 2.0, 49 kilometers of feeder roads completed in 2024, 152 is ongoing, 8.2 kilometers gate old Ife road Olúpẹ́pẹ́yẹ, underpass airport road in the spot to Adigbayi, and lots more of what you were able to achieve. Mass recruitment of health workers in primary and secondary health sectors. Recruitment of over 21,000 teaching and non-teaching staff in public schools. Ọ̀pọ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ mi tó kọ́ mi ní ṣèwádìí nínú ìrànwọ́ mi. Àwọn nǹkan wo ni ẹ̀rọ the major highlight ló mú mi yídò pé àwọn èèyàn wọ́n sì fún mi ní mandate gẹ́gẹ́ bí the mandate and I'm able to deliver. And especially if you know, sir, they said every position requires a duty, every duty a responsibility, and every responsibility an obligation. Those obligations, how far have they been?
Èmi ò kúkú fẹ́ padà ní 2023. Yes, I campaigned. It took me time. If you go back to that period, yes, it took me time to decide. And then, people kept saying, oh, when you're about to do second term, won't share anything and all of those things. So, Oyo State people were afraid. Will this man not be the same, after getting re-elected? And when I became convinced that we can continue with some of the things Seyi and Seyi, then I approached the people to give me another opportunity to also serve them. So the way I will look at it, the people gave me the opportunity. Have they been disappointed in the work rate for us? That is one way to look at it. And for this media chat, you also mentioned that I want to know from the people what are the things someone expects because she or that is why I'm here. I don't want people to tell me what I would love to hear. And let me also say this, all this data, say we've completed 184 kilometers of road. What quality of road in 184 kilometers that are they roads so they pay 20-25 years from now it will still be there or so? I've said to people, construction of roads, construction of this, and those are not the legacy that me I'm looking at. What should I be remembered for when I leave this space? The institutions still and build, and how those institutions are impacting the lives of the people, and how will they guarantee that Oyo State will continue to experience good governance well into the foreseeable future? I was listening to, I think it was a program on TV a few days back, and then somebody made a statement and said, with this federal budget, it will change the country. And I laughed. I said, can you change this country in 1 year of a federal budget. So don't let us deceive ourselves. Don't let us deceive our leaders. Let us tell them, and let's be objective as well. Let's say, look, àwọn tí ó wà ní BCG and that road tó lọ sí NIHOS, I promised them since 2019 they will fix that road. We've not been able to. Okay, let them come here and say, look, and I can tell them, kí plant tani, àwọn tó wà ní Ẹlẹ́bú, when we're fixing láti new garage tó lọ sí Àpáta Owódé, I told them, let's fix the major artery first, and then we'll go into the inner roads around that place. So they can come to me and say, I never feel like that all over the place, and we can tell them, Kini Afeshe, what have we put in the budget for next year, and Kini expectation. So me, I don't want I don't want people to say to score me right now or score this administration, because yes, we've done quite a bit, but a lot still has to be done. So that's really
I want to ask my panelists to now start doing the questions. Obilo.
You see, Mr. Governor, I go on social media, somebody is complaining from the circular road end. From Makinde, some persons have been sent to prison. And they are complaining about land grabbing. Mr. Governor, are you a land grabber?
okay. I'm not a land grabber. I'm not a land grabber. And then, but I am a firm believer in the saying that it is only an idiot that will continue to do something the same way and expect a different result. So I believe that our leaders in the past, they tried their best. Some of them, they maybe because they think, listening to what people, what they are saying, without really going deep into why are they saying those things, who are the people behind those things. It is, I can say it clearly, that it is even the land grabbers that are calling me a land grabber. Because, let's take for instance, some people, they are being investigated in custody, like, because they said there's a mechanic place just opposite Gbagi Market. If you're coming from the, okay, this mechanic place, they approached them. I think it was Housing Corporation of your states. Let us relocate you. All of these places, we're spending billions of naira to make your state airport, some other airports, to bring it up to international standards. Let us relocate you. And then I was watching on social media. This guy came in there and said, Seyi, old lady, Seyi, blah, 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 all of that. Now they got him and said, okay, what if BT mechanic shed city L1B? The mechanic shed. He was brought from Lagos. Olo was she said it. So who paid him for that job to come out there and say all the good stuff? Some people must have paid him. So for me, the difference is even this BCOS that we're having this conversation right now. 1982, this same studio. If you go to your archive, as a 15-year-old, I came here in this studio for a program we call What Power. Me and my brother, Muwa. What Power? He will stay out. He will stay out there. They will put a screen here, and then without mentioning the words listed in there, I need to let him by saying things that are similar or opposite. You know, I'll let him identify those words. And when I came here at that time, there was an estate for the workers here. But fast forward to when I became governor, I came here. The estate still were affordable. Of course, the land still one there. The estate for the workers, not the short time. I went there and I met people who was completely okay, so what do we do? I said, let us use this place as the flagship, the first example of how you can mobilize private money to build infrastructure. And today, this area they go GRA, they know it even outside of the states. And big men are living there, even the Baba Ariwola, the just retired CDF, he has a place. So if you don't take that decision, did I grab the land? If you see a plot belonging to Seyi Makinde in there, bring it, I will sign it up to you.
What about the secular road? Are you grabbing land from the secular road?
Okay, the concept of the circular road, people may not really understand it. They thought circular road would be like maybe from Rural Road to there. That is not the concept of the circular road. The circular road will be the very first motorway in Nigeria. So, because of that misconception, people say, oh, we want the circular road, but we don't want the corridor. Because they thought that from the land close to the circular road, some would bring their driveway into the road. So, you're not spending this kind of money to build this road to get that road. You're building a motorway. Because with the circular road, you are redefining the city limit, not just for Ibadan, but for majority of the local government around that. So I said, the 32-kilometer stretch from Tekio to Badeku, you only have 2 exit points. So even if you like, you put your estate where you don't have the exit point, you won't have access to the road. So the concept of how you want to develop that place requires that you must have a corridor. And this will be a road that will have a minimum speed limit. Nobody will go less than 80 kilometers an hour. Maybe some will go less than that, I don't know. They will break the law. If, let's say, they are going at 20 or 30 kilometers an hour. So when you want to do something like that, you need people to know that there will be a corridor.
Your Excellency, many of these places you are opening up, there is an impression that those that are getting there are actually not the downtrodden. You will talk about your background, how you go to become what you are. But they say that these places you are opening, it's the big men that are getting them. Whereas the ones that need these places, they don't have access to them.
Well, what is the concept of development? Do we want to be like the crowd to say, look, if I cannot get up, then nobody can get up, and then we use poverty to flatten ourselves? I don't think that is what we want to do. I was born at Saliafa. When my father went from being a primary school teacher to a banker, we moved to Adeoyo. When he left the bank and joined Ansel as their deputy accountant, we moved to Yemetu. We were moving towards Bodija, Abi. Then later, when he stabilized on that, we moved to Iwo Road. Look at where we were coming from. So, you see, to expand your economy is to provide opportunities for this downtrodden to also move. Yorùbá tá máa ń sọ wọ́n ní pé níta bá jìyà fún orílẹ̀ ìtọ́jọ́ tó bá fara ṣiṣẹ́ fún ló máa ń pẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ẹni. So I have seen it in the Niger Delta when they were going to build Nigeria LNG. Finima was sandfilled. The fishermen with their backyard type of houses, they built for them nice apartments. Yes, the money was there. Hold on. And they took those people, they took them to those houses. 5 years later, those houses have been turned to a bacha because Antola Nibi, Oti, Inimawadu, Shop and all of this. So, don't play politics with the downtrodden by saying, oh, okay, all of these places we shall have given to you. No. You must create opportunities for them such that they can take themselves out of poverty.
The issue of secular apologies, the setback is causing an issue.
The setback is not causing an issue. The land grabbers are the ones causing this issue. And even people that are not due for compensation, because the acquisition wasn't even done by this administration. The acquisition was done several administrations before this one. But I said, look, I went there. Some had their bedroom on the carriageway. And I said, okay, look, no matter what it is, your government exists to make life better or less onerous for you. So, even though you may not be entitled to any compensation, but we will compensate you so that you can have where to stay. There's one thing that I need to also mention that is very, very important. Now, we have too many more mouths to feed compared to some years back. So, how do we break out of the cycle of poverty? You have to expand the economy. Even this circular road corridor that we are talking about, to pay compensation. But people that, in their head, this is now going to be a gold mine. They are the ones sponsoring some of this. I want people to know that this is their government. They put these governments in place. And we will continue to do things in the best interest of the people. And I'm not saying it we know the answers to everything. No, that's why I said today, I'll take notes. I brought my notepad. I'll take notes. And then when we sit down, where we're taking decisions,
torí pé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ rẹ̀ sí ni àwọn ará ilé náà sì fẹ́ gbọ́ díẹ̀ ní gbogbo nǹkan tí gómìnà ti ń sọ. Èmi ìgbà ní ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn nǹkan tí gómìnà ti sọ yìí pé ká tún lè yóò bá tí àwọn ará ilé kan fi lè mọ dájúdájú pé àwọn náà tẹ̀lé wa nínú gbogbo tí wọ́n sọ. Pé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ iléeṣẹ́ ìròyìn àwọn ni wọ́n ti darapọ̀ mọ́ wa tí wọ́n sì gbọ́ gbogbo táwọn sọ tí àkàrò kan jáde pé wọ́n yá. Your Excellency, sir, some of the things you said, I don't know if there can be a recap on Yoruba.
Okay. Ìbéèrè yẹn ni wípé ní orí ọ̀rọ̀ secular road. Seyi Makinde gbalẹ̀ wa o. Kí ni sẹ́ẹ̀tì?
Mo fi ṣe ẹ̀wọ̀n tí mo gbà. Mo kọ́lé síbẹ̀ ní àná, mo kọ́ ṣọ́ọ̀bù síbẹ̀ tó jẹ́ ti Seyi Makinde. Even this country, Nigeria, the first capital, I think the first capital. Then it was Calabar, then Lagos, now Abuja. People should know that when you have the opportunity to make a lasting impact, you must strive. Ibadan, there's one yoga. Onílé ó gbàlejò, ó gba olè, ó gba ọ̀lẹ, and all of those things. But the vision, àwọn tí wọ́n tẹ Ìbàdàn ló, kí ni vision wọn? Is it a vision of poverty? Hey, look, ẹ jẹ́ kí ìṣẹ́ aṣáàfihàn àbáyé nínú ọdún náà.
Àwọn tí wọ́n ti ṣe ipá títí wọn to develop this place, limitations tí wọ́n ní, how do we
move away from those limitations? The problem for me, me, having been in this position for 5+ years now, okay, we need to produce more. We need to expand our economy. We need to provide opportunities for a lot more people, irrespective of their background, political affiliation, or religion. And that is exactly what this administration any questions about it, I'll try myself. Not more than 1 minute. I'll just say this is what I know about this and then.
Just quickly go on the shop break, and then we'll come back. Just very quickly.
So, if I'm a bad grabber, you will be the first beneficiary. If I grab you, I'll be Some people ask, why are we reconstructing all these inner roads in the Ibadan? I said, when we came in 2019, we repaired those roads. They were really smooth and motorable for the season. After the first rainy season, the next rainy season, they were all gone. So we tried it again. As small projects, and then
Chairman, Oyo Rural Water Supply and Sanitation Agency, Oyo Urasa. On behalf of the management team of the agency, I wish to appreciate His Excellency, Engineer Makinde, for being there for us always. He has been very supportive in ensuring that we are able to carry out our statutory duty of providing borehole drinking groundwater for the people of your state. We pray that God in his wisdom will continue to be with him and take him to greater height. We appreciate His Excellency for his support for your Ruwasa. Èmi Alhaji Babalola Afbaje tí mo jẹ́ alága fún iléeṣẹ́ tí ó ń sọ ọ̀gádẹ̀rọ̀ fún gbogbo ìgbèríko ní ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ Ruwasa. Fi àsìkò yìí dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ọlọ́lájú ọlọ́wà gómìnà wa Engineer Seyi Makinde fún àtìlẹ́yìn wọn ní gbogbo ìgbà fún agency wa láti pé aláṣeyọrí, láti rí pé iṣẹ́ tí wọ́n ní ká máa ṣe à ń ṣe lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ báyìí. Àwọn sẹ́kà tá à ń ṣe lọ́wọ́ à ń ṣe omi gàngádẹ̀rọ yẹn solar bore ní àwọn ìjọba ìbílẹ̀ bíi 3 ní ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́. Ní ọ̀nà àrà à ń gbẹ́ solar bore 3 fún wọn lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ báyìí. Bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ni ilé ìgbọ̀nsẹ̀, bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ní Ìbàràpá East. A fi àsìkò yìí tún dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ọlọ́làjọ gómìnà wa Engineer Seyi Makinde fún akitiyan lórí kí a lè bá ní àṣeyọrí.
Christmas, a time for love, family, but amidst the joy, financial worries creep in. Kemi's disappointed eyes reflected the struggle to balance festive cheer with financial strain. Ola's enthusiasm begins to wane as customer after walks by him, leaving him with a dwindling hope of selling even a single chicken. The pressure to provide the perfect holiday weighs heavily, but then a heartwarming surprise arrives, spreading joy and relief throughout the state, the gift of quality and affordable health care. At Oisia, we believe everyone deserves a peaceful Christmas. That is why we provide quality and affordable health care to our enrollees. This holiday season, focus on love, not medical bills. Oisia's got you covered. From Oisia, warmest wishes for a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
tó ẹ̀yin aráalé àti sọ fún wa pé èlé lè ní jẹ́ni tá a bẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ ẹ sì ti mọ̀ yí pé iyì ọmọlúwàbí ni kó sọ̀rọ̀ kó bá bẹ́ẹ̀ ẹ ti ń bá gómìnà pàdé àmọ́ tèmi tún ṣàrà ọ̀tọ̀ torí wípé àdánìkàn ṣe mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ àwọn akẹgbẹ́ mi tí wọ́n ti ń bá kinní yìí bọ̀ láti bẹ̀rẹ̀ ètò gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n ti kọ́kọ́ wá sí orí ètò a tún ti bọ́ sí abala kejì torí pé abala 3 òun náà là ń lọ lórí ètò ní tèmi. Edmond sì wà ń bí òbí lò ẹ ti mọ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀, ìbùkún olúwa wà ń kalẹ̀ ọlágúnjú, bẹ́ẹ̀ sì ni Sam ń wọ́pọ̀ òkú ní àárín wa tí àtijọ́ gbé wà báyìí. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ọlọ́lá wa ní ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́, gómìnà tí Ọlọ́run bá fa gbogbo ètò àkóso ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ lé lọ́wọ́ ní àkókò tá a wà yìí, tí wọ́n sì ń fi òbèlè ìwà ìrẹ̀lẹ̀ tukọ̀ ìjọba ìrọ̀rùn. Wọ́n ti gún wà sórí àpèrè láti bí wákàtí kan sẹ́yìn. Ẹ̀yin aráalé, ẹ sárọra bá wa fi àpèrè tẹ̀dí kẹ́ ẹ máa jaládùn ètò. Kúnlé Junaid lórúkọ tèmi. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ẹ láǹfààní láti máa rí wa wò lórí ẹ̀rọ tẹlifíṣàn, orí agbágbé yòówù tẹ́ ẹ bá ti ń gbọ́ wa, yálà ojú òpó ìtàkùn àgbáyé ni àbí ti àwọn ẹ̀rọ rédíò àmìjèjì. Ẹ jẹ́ ká jọ wà bẹ́ẹ̀, ẹ jẹ́ kó sì wà bẹ́ẹ̀ torí pé ibi tá a bá pè lórí ẹnìkan kì í fi bẹ́ẹ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀. Ilé akéde níbí níta Basọ̀rún Ìbàdàn. Edmond Obilo gbálẹ́nu mi kó sọ́dà fínrìnfìtì.
The discussion is on. The governor has questions to answer. The people are itching to ask questions. But let me tell you, you can join us on the governor's page. Are you on Facebook? This chat is being streamed on the governor's page on Facebook. On Twitter, you can join the chat at Seyi Makinde. You can also join this chat on the governor's Instagram page at Seyi_Makinde. On LinkedIn, YouTube, we are streaming the chat. So don't miss out. Join the dialogue. In the first session, we talked about the 35 children that died recently in Oyo State, a sad one.
course, you have impact from whatever is happening at the federal level. I won't, from Oyo State, dictate the fiscal policy for this country. I don't determine the exchange rate of naira to the dollar, but I will have to get a bitumen in US dollars, to tar roads in Oyo State. So that's how these things are linked.
But for us in Oyo State, we can go back to even 2019. We came in May 29. Immediately we aligned the budget. And you can also check previous administration. Budget performance used to be about 35%. But since we came in, we brought down the figures in 2019. And by the time we got to the end of the year, we improved the budget performance to about maybe 48%. But our first full budget as an administration was in 2020. And 2 months into the implementation of that budget, COVID hit. But at the end of the year, we still achieved almost about 65%. So, but now from that point, we are right around 70 plus percent. So what it means is if you take Oyo State budget, whatever you see in there, you have a 70% chance that they will get done. And that is why for us, you notice that we've had a stability in terms of how our projects are executed, and in terms of livability, how our people are living. We're not concentrating things within a certain group only. Market women, artisans, they are all doing far better. And when you say inflation, when we say inflation, people will go out there and they will bandy figures saying, okay, food inflation in Oyo State is the worst, blah, 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 all of that. Well, recently I was coming from, I think where I went to, I went to the passing out parade of the Amatekun Rangers in Seyi, and I decided to stop by Ruan Ido. And what we saw, trailers and trailers and trailers of cassava, not heading to anywhere in Oyo State, but going to neighboring states. Edo, Ogun, Ondo, Ekiti. So what does it mean? You have freedom of movement in Nigeria. I cannot say don't move from Oyo State to Ogun State. But what I said to my people after that experience was, okay, so now we're producing for all of these people. And then people will tell me, oh, there's a food inflation in Oyo State. So I said they must return the produce post. I'm not saying don't come here to buy cassava. But if you're taking cassava from Oyo State to Ogun State, Fine.
So you
But
are
that's-
taxing them.
2 days ago or 3 days ago, I met a farmer and he said, yeah, we're selling to those people because they are paying more, and things like that. Okay, so
So the farmers are making more money.
the farmers are making more money, but we are subsidizing, land clearing for farmers in Oyo State. We're spending Oyo State money. So I said to them, we will all sit down and agree on how Oyo State will benefit first and foremost before other states, because we're spending.
Okay, I love the fact that you've already touched on what's being done when it comes to checking the illegal exportation of product from the state.
It's not illegal.
Is it illegal?
It's not illegal.
Because it is harming the agricultural sector.
Yes.
Yes. So I
But
was
it's
going.
a free market. You understand? It's a free market. We need to think out, again with our farmers. How do we? If I give you input, I give you 50% subsidy for your land clearing, and then when it's time for harvest, you want to go to the highest bidder, wherever they may come from. That is causing a dislocation, for us. And now, for answer, Association of Nigeria Cooperative Exporters Limited, you know they are building at Jericho. What they were doing then was they will give cooperatives, farmers, they will give them input, they will give them chemicals, and they have the first right of refusal for the produce before the farmers will sell out. You understand? So there are different schemes that we're looking at, but the most important thing first is have accurate data on what is going on. Once we can wrap our heads around the data, and those data are accurate, we can think out the best solution.
Your Excellency, I'm so sorry. Before you leave the agricultural sector, I know that one of the promises that you've been vocal about to support the local farmers and agriculture in Oyo State is the establishment of the farmers market. What would you say the update as regard that is?
Yes, the update is this has been done with the government. It is we've identified Akufo. There used to be a farm settlement at Akufo. Because some people, they don't understand. That farm settlement, you have a lot of people, they've encroached in there. You ask for their document, they don't have any document, but they are there. That's not even my own problem. My own problem is the rail line coming from Lagos to Moniya. First of all, cut the farm settlement into two. Then the circular road again, cut the farm settlement. So I said, okay, look, this is our reality. This is what it is now. I said, okay, that portion where you have a sizable amount of land, we'll use it as the farmers market. And the survey is with Oisada to do that. But the other portion that you cannot really is being bastardized, and you have little land left in there. Get the people that have encroached in there. Let them understand that they can be relocated. You can put an estate in that place. And why do I say this?
if you go to Lagos, for instance, if you go to Lagos, if you're not in Victoria Island, you're not in Ikoyi, you're not in Lekki, huh? You're not in Ikeja, GRA. Tell me where you will be that you can say this is very close to a first world. Huh? That is Lagos. And then that's why you have traffic going into Victoria Island, all of that. And all those there are problems they are also trying to solve. Now come to Ibadan and Oyo State. Now, on the stretch from Moniya to Seyi, you have estates springing up in there. They are not government, they are private. People have gone in there, but you see everywhere, estate is coming up. So whether you're staying at Lere Adigun here, you're staying at Kolapo, you're staying in Bodija, you're staying at Alalubosa, Iyaganku, or Jericho, you're comfortable. You can get into your own estate. So our own concept did not come from the federal. Lagos came from the federal. Abuja is from the federal. Ibadan, the planning came from Baba Awolowo and his people. That is the difference. That is why you can see that we are not having any bottleneck because we had thinkers at that time. So it's for us to destroy what they thought and they put for us. And we said, no, we should improve on it.
Calvary de Paul wí. Ọlọ́run ní ṣe wá ní ọmọ arúgbó. Ẹ̀yin ará ilé, ohun gómìnà náà lẹ̀ ń gbọ́ yẹn. Ẹ sì rí i pé wẹ́lẹ́wẹ́lẹ́ ni ọlọ́lá wa rọra ń tò. Wọ́n sì ń tò lẹ́sẹẹsẹ bí àgbàdo ti ń tò ọmọ tiẹ̀ lórí ebè. Ẹ jẹ́ àjọ máa béèrè àníyàn bọ̀. Sam Nwonko ó ti ń dúró láti tàkótó ìbéèrè sí gómìnà. Ṣùgbọ́n kó tó dìgbà yẹn, fọ́nrán kan bẹ tá a fẹ́ ṣe àfihàn rẹ̀. Kí sì ni fẹ́ràn yìí dálé lórí? Fọ́nrán yìí náà dálé lórí pé táwọn èèyàn bá tiẹ̀ láǹfààní láti rí gómìnà sójú ní kòrókòró. Gómìnà wa ọlọ́lá wa ẹnjìníà Ṣèyí Mákindé tẹ wá fún ọ láǹfààní láti tàkótó ìbéèrè sí yín. Kí ni tí yóò jẹ́ ìbéèrè wọn? Òun ni fọ́nrán yìí dálé lórí. Ṣùgbọ́n ká tó ju fọ́nrán yìí sílẹ̀ lórí ọ̀rọ̀ bọ́jẹ̀tì tá à ń bá bọ̀ gómìnà. Tá a bá wò gbà tí ẹ ti débẹ̀ papọ̀ láti ọdún 2020 tí ẹ̀yin ti ń gbé ètò ìṣúná ti ìjọba ti yín kalẹ̀ yàtọ̀ sí èyí tẹ́ jogún. Ètò ẹ̀kọ́ ẹ̀ ń ro lágbára gan. Kódà tayọ nǹkan tí àjọ UNICEF sọ. Ṣùgbọ́n tá a bá wá lọ káàkiri pàápàá láwọn ilé ẹ̀kọ́ alákọ̀ọ́bẹ̀rẹ̀ àtàwọn ilé ẹ̀kọ́ girama tẹ́ ẹ sì wá akitiyan yín lórí ètò ẹ̀kọ́ gíga. Ǹjẹ́ ẹ lè sọ yìí pé inú mi dùn fún èsì tí ń jáde látòrí bùkátà tí wọ́n ń gbọ́ lórí ètò ẹ̀kọ́?
Mi ò lè sọ pé inú mi dùn lórí ẹ̀. Because wọ́n ní tí iná ò bá tán ní aṣọ, ẹ̀jẹ̀ ò lè tán léèkánná. Tí ẹ bá débì kan tí omi tó bá pọ̀ ju ọkà lọ, a máa ń pé ẹ tún lọ wá èlùbọ́ sí ni. Ẹ lọ wá èlùbọ́ sí pé look, when we came in, let me paint a picture. Let me paint a picture. Ká tó déjọba, èmi ò kúkú ṣe kan rí ní time, mi ò ṣe anything rí, mi ò ṣe councillor rí, bẹ́ẹ̀ni mi ò ṣe èkíní rí, but èmi ṣáà máa ń gbọ́ tí wọ́n á ní pé mo ní èmi náà mo ní slot ní Subeb, mo ní kíní kan òkè ẹ wá kí ni slot Subeb náà pé school tí wọ́n bá fẹ́ ṣe fún àwọn kan, àwọn tó bá ní slot ni wọ́n á ṣe kíní yẹn. So our first year, okay, fáwọn èèyàn ní slot ẹ jẹ́ ká máa bá lọ bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn. Now, where I'm going, over the years, even that intervention
àti mismanage to the extent that slot ni are focused lórí, but the future of our children themselves tó yẹ kí kíní help, we neglected it. I did it the first year, and we looked at the results. Okay, how many schools ni renovate? Ta ló ní slot eléyìí, ta ló ní slot títàn? There is somebody tó jẹ́ kó máa ń bú mi káàkiri ni. Ó máa ń bú mi káàkiri ni. When we came in, Alhaji Kunle Sani, only slot, he didn't do it. I said, okay, fine.
Yes, to protect our resources. And Oyo State gave money to somebody.
Not under my watch, yes.
And we elected you to defend that resources. Mr. Governor will hold you responsible for that missing fund.
No, you can't hold me responsible, Edmund. Let me tell you, I can decide to spend your money chasing after the money that some people have mismanaged in the past. It will make life better.
You just went away with the money.
Well, you know, I handed things over to people that
can allow them to go with the money.
So, but when you hear people abusing me, know that there are some things in that in the background.
Oh yeah.
Orúkọ mi ni Mr. Ọlásùnkànmí Emmanuel Adéyẹmọ. Mo ti ní àwọn nǹkan kan ní ọkàn mi tí mo fẹ́ sọ fún wọn. Pàápàá jùlọ lórí ètò ẹ̀kọ́. Tí wọ́n bá ń gba ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ẹgbẹ́ ilé ìwé wọn kọjá, ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ kíláàsì ló ti dẹnu kọlẹ̀, tí igbó ti kún, tí òrùlé tó ti bàjẹ́. Tí kò dẹ̀ bójú mi ní àsìkò tá a wà yìí, torí pé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ìgbà là ń sọ̀rọ̀ ètò ẹ̀kọ́ ìbẹ̀ ló ti tọ́ àmójútó ètò ẹ̀kọ́ pẹ̀lú àwọn kíláàsì tó ti dẹnu kọlẹ̀ yìí. Tá a bá tún àwọn kíláàsì yìí ṣe, ó ṣeé ṣe fún wa láti tún mú kí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ọmọ tó ń rìn gbèrègbèrè ẹgbẹ̀gbẹ́ títì kí wọ́n darapọ̀, torí pé tí iléèwé bá dùn wò, tí àwọn oríṣiríṣi eré ìdárayá tó bá ń lọ láàrin àwọn akẹ́kọ̀ọ́, á múnú wọn dùn, á jẹ́ kí wọ́n máa darapọ̀.
Èmi ni ìyáàfin Dickness Mary Ajayi. Mo kọ́kọ́ dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run náà, mo sì dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Seyi Makinde fún àwọn iṣẹ́ ribiribi tó ń ṣe ní Ọ̀yọ́ State. Pàápàá jùlọ tó tiẹ̀ tún wá ṣe lẹ́nu ọjọ́ mẹ́ta yìí. Pàápàá jùlọ tó tiẹ̀ tún wá ṣe lẹ́nu ọjọ́ mẹ́ta yìí níwájú ọ̀dọ̀ mi. Nídìí àpẹ níwájú Mary yìí, inú mi dùn torí gbogbo galloping yẹn, mọ́tò ò já sí galloping mọ́, wọn sì ta mi sí wa lára tójò bá ń rọ̀ mọ́. Inú mi dùn, yóò sì ṣàṣeyọrí lágbára Ọlọ́run.
Orúkọ tèmi ni Michael Olúṣèyí Àkàndé. Tí n bá lóore ọ̀fẹ́ àtàǹfààní àti lílé nì, màá kọ́kọ́ yìn láwo fún iṣẹ́ gidigidi, iṣẹ́ takuntakun tó ń ṣe nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́. Pé a ti ní àwọn ìjọba kan rí, àwọn náà ti ṣe dáadáa sẹ́yìn ṣùgbọ́n wà lára àwọn tó ṣe dáadáa. Mi lè gbàgbé ìjọba Bọ́lá Ìgè. Ìgbésẹ̀ tí Bọ́lá Ìgè gbégbá náà òun náà gbé. Torí Bọ́lá Ìgè gbá yẹn ṣẹ́. Òun náà tún wá ń gbá yẹn, ó tún ń gbá yẹn lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ nìtì. Ọ̀nà tó dáa nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ ó wà láwọn ìjọba tó ṣe. Kódà mo yìn láwo gbogbo tí kò fún. Àwọn nǹkan tí àkànfẹ́ kọ́ wá ṣe ni pé yàtọ̀ sí irú àwọn major road báyìí, àwọn ọ̀nà kan wà ní local government tó fọ́ sí Ìbàdàn North East, Ìbàdàn náà local government, àwọn local government tó ṣe gangan. Gbogbo ọ̀nà agboolé yẹn wọn ò dáa. Ó bá wa encourage àwọn chairman local government kí wọ́n máa ṣe ìwọ̀n bá tún bá lè ṣe nínú ọ̀nà àwọn agboolé yẹn ìwọ̀n yẹn. Bẹ́ẹ̀ pàápàá èkejì, omi ẹ̀rọ kò yọ. Nígbà tẹ́mi kéré ní Baṣọ̀run yìí, àìfowó omi ẹ̀rọ làwọn máa ń mu. Ìgbà yẹn
ìsàfún olúwo ṣiṣẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ ní ìsàfún yẹn kan wà bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ó ti wà very useless and valueless bàbá wọlé bá tí bàbá wọlé bá ṣe tó jẹ́ pé owó táwọn òyìnbó fi ṣe láyé ìgbà yẹn kò ní rá síbẹ̀ yẹn gbogbo àwọn oníyànjú ní omi ò bá láṣẹ o.
àwọn èèyàn ni wọ́n ń lo àǹfààní pé bí n bá rí gómìnà sójú ní tí màá bá sọ ní tí màá bí òun náà ni gbogbo wa ti gbọ́ yẹn àmọ́ ẹni afọhùn ránṣẹ́ sí bàbá kọ̀wé ránṣẹ́ sí yàn àmọ́ retí èsì ni gómìnà ti wà ń kalẹ̀ àwọn náà fẹ́ dá padà gẹ́gẹ́ bí èsì.
mi ò nóòtò orúkọ ẹni tó kọ́kọ́ sọ̀rọ̀ yẹn bọ̀ tó sọ̀rọ̀ nípa infrastructure ní school. Yes, I was explaining before Edmund took us to a different direction. I was explaining that the policies and practices in the past towards infrastructure was faulty. Yeah, now we've corrected that, and we also did a study just before we wound down the last our first tenure. The gap then was close to 60 billion, and we're spending this UBEB with the slot system. We're spending about 3 billion yearly, both our own counterpart and then UBEC funding. So if you have 60 billion gap and you're spending 3 billion, it will take 20 years to even close that gap. So having realized that, that's why I now this year were able to appeal through validated, those data. I now appointed Tiami as a special advisor for me on education intervention, because to bridge that gap, we must, apart from UBEC, we must be spending at least 10 to 15 billion yearly. That will allow us to bridge that gap within maybe about 4 years, and then we can turn things around. And we're well on the yes, well, 20 years at 3 billion, and that's even the money before 2023. So, but I can give assurance to our people that yes, I'm not happy. We are trying to, rearrange our resources such that we can do more for that sector.
Sam, before you go to the
I want to take us.
Let me even say this. It is not for fun that since I came in, every budget year, we have exceeded the UNESCO recommended number. We've exceeded 20%. And education is in 3 layers. You have the primary, you have the secondary, and you have the tertiary. Tertiary, I can say 100% that we're doing very well. And I am satisfied with what we're doing in that direction. For secondary and primary, we have a lot more still to do.
Sam.
Your Excellency, thanks for this opportunity. I want to take us to.
ó béèrè béèrè tí gómìnà bá ti fẹ́ fi dáhùn sí wọ́n má gbàgbé ọ̀rọ̀ ìkẹta tó pe àkíyèsí sí omi ẹ̀rọ nítorí ó ní í ṣe pẹ̀lú ètò ìlera.
I am going to local government autonomy, the tax reform bills and so on. You appear to have become an antagonist of the federal government in all of these things. When we look at the basis, they have to do with the interest
of the federating units and so on. People don't seem to understand you on some of these things. Are you doing this because you are in the PDP, or you are doing it because you want the country to? How do you want to look at this?
Okay, thank you, Sam. Let me just say this first. Don't you worry, Nipomi Arani Basharun, Deputy Governor níwájú kò síwájú. Ẹgbẹ́ ilé Deputy Governor ní Reservoir wa. And let me use this let me use this time to publicly commend Elias Adeojo, the chairman of Oyo State Water Corporation. Even me, as his boss, he has exceeded my expectation. Some of the things that I thought will never happen, he has methodically, just pushed me. I am sure that people around Basharun now, they know that reservoir is working, because the line from Ashejire to that place is now working. To gate is working. From LA, we've been buying water at Adamasiba, the Lake and Salami Stadium, to water the grass. He has laid or repaired the pipeline to the reservoir inside Letmok Barracks. And then from that place, he's using gravity to take water to Lake and Salami Stadium. But we do have a challenge. And the biggest challenge that Water Corporation in Oyo State they are faced with is that of power. You need pumps. You have to pump this water, right? But we've moved from Water Corporation being a place where they racketeer on alum, voucher. I mean, all of that has stopped.
Àwọn ká tó kò lórí yẹn, ẹ̀yin àgbàlagbà ní kókó léegun yẹn, kókó léegun àgbàdo. Ìṣòro náà tí omi ẹ̀rọ ń níyẹn. Torí gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọ̀rọ̀ tẹ́ sọ, mo rántí pé lásìkò àwọn Alhaji Gani Kọ́lá Balógun, wọ́n jẹ́ ká mọ̀ yìí pé bí wákàtí 8 lomi ò fèrè látàṣèjì rẹ̀ wọ̀bàdàn. Ọmọ wa ti rìnrìn bí wákàtí 7 tí wọ́n bá paná pé gbogbo ìrìn àjò yẹn yọ̀bà tó gba sí rìfáàsì, omi tó padà sàṣèjì rẹ̀. Bó láti bọ́ lóko rẹ̀.
Ṣe àwọn tí wọ́n design kìíní that to have reservoir ní ẹ̀yìn yídì ẹ̀ṣẹ́ reservoir tó wà ní abẹ́rẹ́ ṣé omi wà ń bẹ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀ ni before we came in. Ibo lomi ẹ̀rọ ti yọ ní before we came in. But now I can show you pictures of water, even people's shops were flooded because they already built on top of some of those water tanks with water pipelines because they were not working then. So from no water at all to now we can get water to the reservoir. We can use gravity to, at least it's a major step, but we're not stopping. We have to keep pushing along. The only thing I can tell people is help us also by paying for your water usage. Pay for your water usage. If you help the government, we have more resources, we can deploy more, and we can make things a lot better. Now, I know Edmond, you want to say something, but let me quickly answer Sam. On local government autonomy, I am still of the firm belief that all this brouhaha, they were just distractions. Because in Oyo State, we as the state government, we fixed the federal road, complete reconstruction to link Oyo zone to Okeogun zone through the Oyo Fashola Iseyin road. In that money at that time, we spent 10 billion. It's a federal road, but nobody our people, they don't want to know. We used to take about 2 hours then to move from Seyi to Oyo. Now it will take you 20-25 minutes max. Our people are the ones applying that road. If you go there, you see people moving cassava, agricultural produce, and all of that through that place. So for us, it's a big impact on our economy. So for ordinary people, they don't know whether this is local government, this is state government, this is federal government. The people that are creating that dichotomy, they are the ones who would love to benefit, from that dichotomy. So I still insist that this is a convoluted arrangement. This is a federation where you have 3 units federating instead of 2. In Oyo State here, before my time, they created LCDAs. The constitutionally recognized number of local government for Oyo State is 33. But we created LCDA, 34 LCDAs. So when I was campaigning in 2019, Edmond, you can go and check those things, check the clips again. I said when I come in, I will scrap the LCDAs. And I was going to do it because I mentioned it when I was going around campaigning. But when I came in, some elders and leaders of this state came to me and said, look, we have LCDAs as a development center. Let's leave it so that development can spread. And anyway, the vision for of our forefathers that negotiated Nigeria's federal arrangement was that the region or the states will have control over their local government. If Oyo State, like the previous administration decided, we want to have 57, 33 plus 34, that's a 67 local development centers. Why can't we have that? But the Constitution of Nigeria says no, you cannot have more than 33 in the Constitution. So what is that 33? What is the uniqueness? What is the magical?
Well, the Attorney General of the Federation is talking somewhat like threatening governors that do not apply the Supreme Court ruling. He sounds...
What is the Supreme Court ruling? Supreme Court ruling says, look,
the federal government will pay directly to the local government. Okay, so am I federal government? Why are they not paying directly to the local government? Did I not mention it that they will have issues to deal with? Are they not having those issues to deal with?
What are the issues they are dealing with?
You have to pay salaries. When we came in, some local government were owing salaries. We had to clear it. So, if you take those things that are supposed to be the responsibility of the local government, primary health centers, primary schools,
traditional institutions,
clearing of solid waste management.
Okay.
Are they doing all of those things? And anyway, if you look at the allocation, the local government allocation, there are bases for those allocations. One may be population, one also may be the area. During Ambassador Arakwaja's time at Ibadan, Southeast local government, when he was chairman, they got to zero allocation because some of the local governments, let's say in Ibadan land, for instance, some of the local governments, you have a big population of teachers, of school students, the need for primary health care, the population of Oyo State, almost 50-something% is Ibadan land. But we have 33 local governments in Oyo State, and only 1/3, 30% of it is from Ibadan. So when you do the allocation and you do the mathematics, some of them will not be able to pay salaries, talk less of...
Mr. Governor, you set up committees to look into the verdict from the Supreme Court. As their recommendation come in, and then what are the plans being made based on their recommendations?
Well, because this thing became politicized, people said, oh, Seyi Makinde has been spending the local government money and all of that, blah, blah, blah. And data don't lie. So bring out the amounts that the allocation to the local government over these years, and then do the mathematics. What have they been doing? We said the final recommendation is what I'm telling you now. The federal government is supposed to do something, which is pay directly to the local government. Okay. It's uncharted territory. So we said, let them do it. And let us see for 3 months.
Starting from when?
I don't know. They are the ones to do it. I'm not the one to, so they have not done it.
Excellency, the tax reform bill is also driving a wedge between the north and other parts of the country. So it seems. What's your take on that tax reform bill?
Well, are you done with the local government?
For me, yeah.
Okay.
No, before we leave the local government, so are you saying the status quo remains? Nothing has changed.
Nothing has changed.
You are still in control of the local government.
How am I in control of the local government? Am I the chairman of the local government?
No, you've always been in control, Mr. Governor.
I'm the chairman of the local government.
These are chairmen responsible to you.
Well, I'm also responsible to the president.
And I was told at some point that you give them 10 million naira per month from their allocation.
To do what? What will the 10 million naira do?
To run things.
No, that's not. Look at this. Even from here, just in front of BCOS here, you go all the way to Akobo Ojuri, and Lagelu local government, from Akobo all the way to Olondaba, they continue the dualization. It's the local government. It's almost...
Who pays the money?
It's the local government. It's the Lagelu local government.
That pays. The local government chairman signs.
Yes.
Not you.
How will it be me? You know, when sometimes they come and say, look, we want to incur this expenditure. You have the JAC account. You want to incur this expenditure, and I approve them to implement. So when I say go and implement, they have their own system, processes, procedures to get all of this.
You can also say don't implement.
Well, I can ask them, where are you going to get the money? If you don't have the money, see, this thing is not as straightforward as people, mischief makers want to make it. If you're saying, look, we want to carry out this project. Let's say, for instance, Amotekun. Amotekun, we created it because we came to that realization that there cannot be any other thing that you want to do if you don't have a safe and secure environment. You won't be able to do it. Can you increase the enrollment, take children out of school when the environment is not safe? Can investors bring their money to your own environment when it's not safe? So we created Amotekun and we said, look, this will serve the state and the local government. So pull resources together and support that initiative.
Talking about putting resources together, one of the things that you've been vocal about is how the local government has to be more productive and not overly rely on federal allocations. What would you say the state government is doing to increase the productivity of the local government and reduce the over-reliance on federal allocations?
When we fixed a road between Moniya and Seyi, you have Akinyele local government in there. You have Seyi. In fact, you have part of Afijio. You know, came into. So you have right now the Erua farm estate. All of those will empower the local government. So once we're fixing our infrastructure, the local government also, they benefit. They have things to do. Let's also even take from Seyi to Ogbomoso. That 8.6 kilometer road. The state government spent about 42 billion, to build that road from the scratch. Now I said, you can have trailers. You can have trailers pass through that place. I don't mind. But you must weigh them and they must pay. So I said to the local government, the Seyi one, and then the Ogbomoso North, construct way bridges, one on your side at Ogbomoso, one at Seyi. Construct way bridges. The state also contributed money to build that. Then collect revenue from trailers that will pass through that place. At the end of the month, the local government, when it becomes operational, the local government can take 60 or 70%. The state government can take 30%. So my position still remains that our problem is not how to share resources. We've been in this country before where the head of state said our problem was not money, it was how to spend it. At that particular time, the rest of the world, they were developing their infrastructure that will serve them for the next 50, 60 years. But we were looking at, yes, our problem wasn't money in terms of consumption. If it's what we want to eat at that particular time, yes, we had plenty. They did the Doji Award because the focus was on consumption. But now I'm saying, look, we shouldn't even take that part. Our problem is lack of infrastructure that will ensure expansion of our economy over the next 50 years, that will support what we're doing, that all these are our children that we're giving birth to, they can have a place to thrive well into the future. So I don't have any problem with the federal government. But I will always speak the truth. Because I may not be right all the time, but I will be honest all the time with the people. I told them implementation of this will have a ramification, beyond just, And anyway, I can say this boldly. On a one-on-one with the president, I asked him, Sir, did you not excuse me. I asked Mr. President that, sir, when you were governor in Lagos, were you not the one that created these LCDAs? Were they not created to demonstrate that the states should, in the true spirit of federalism, should decide how many development centers do they want to have? Did you not have problem with President Obasanjo at that time, for doing that? I asked the president.
Ẹ ṣeun gómìnà Edmond dákun torí wípé àsìkò tó láti lọ ra dánu dúró fẹ́rẹ́fẹ́ níbi tí a wà yìí.
Well, I still want to talk about the tax reform.
Sọ ń parí àmọ́ a lè máa wo gómìnà rẹ̀ kí wọ́n mọ̀ jákọ́ kẹ́kẹ́ bí ẹ bá fẹ́ ṣẹ́ omi mu ẹ láǹfààní láti ṣẹ́ omi mu. Nígbà tí a wà lórí ètò ẹ rí i pé gómìnà mẹ́nu bà bàbá wa igbákejì gómìnà lẹ́ẹ̀kan pé lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ wọn ni rìsáfà Àbáṣọ̀run wà tó túmọ̀ sí pé bàbá ń bẹ́nu lé pẹ̀lú wa ìyẹn bàbá wa barrister Ibrahim Adébáyọ̀ Lawal ṣùgbọ́n àwọn nìkan kọ́ ni wọ́n kọ̀wọ́ ní wá sórí pẹ̀lú gómìnà láàárọ̀ tòní olórí àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ tí wọ́n jẹ́ alábàáṣiṣẹ́pọ̀ gómìnà náà ń bẹ níbí Honorable Ṣẹ́gun Ògúnwùyí àti olórí gbogbo àwa òṣìṣẹ́ ọba pátápátá nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ ìyàwó arábìnrin Olúbọ̀mí Òní MNI kọmíṣánná wa tí wọ́n wà fún ètò ẹ̀kọ́ mo rí wípé wọ́n wà ń bí ìyẹn ọ̀jọ̀gbọ́n Abdulwaheed Soliu Adélábù tó fi mọ́ ìyá wa kọmíṣánná fún ètò ìlera health dókítà Olúwaṣẹ̀rími Ajétúmọ̀bí kọmíṣánná tó ní í ṣe pẹ̀lú ọ̀rọ̀ ìjọba ìbílẹ̀ àti gbogbo oyè jíjẹ àwọn náà wà ní àárín wa ìjayà ni gbogbo wa máa ń pè wọ́n ìyẹn Honorable Adémọ́lá Òjó wọ́n ń bẹ bí mo sì rí kọmíṣánná ètò ìdájọ́ tẹ́lẹ̀ bóyá wọ́n dìde ni agbẹjọ́rò amòfin àìkọmọ àti gbogbo àwọn tó kù a máa dánu dúró láìpẹ́ yìí a máa dánu dúró tí a bá padà dé ìbéèrè tí gómìnà láwọn ó fi ìdáhùn sí dájúdájú ìdáhùn ọmọ wa sí àmọ́ àtún máa pàdé àwọn ikọ̀ míì tí a jọ máa tẹ̀síwájú lórí ètò bí gómìnà bá fẹ́ rọra fún ìbéèrè Sam ní ìdáhùn ráńpẹ́ kí Sam tó dìde.
Okay. Well, reform bill. I was at the National Economic Council, chaired by the Vice President, and they brought those bills with a prayer that NEC should approve that. And we asked questions. The chairman of the Presidential Task Force on that, we asked him, where is this bill? And he said that they're already at the National Assembly. I said, okay, if they're already at the National Assembly, why are you just coming here, for us to debate and give you this support, approve as prayed. So it amounted to putting the cart before the horse, So we said, look, it was an agreement reached unanimously at the National Economic Council meeting. We draw this thing from the National Assembly. Let's have wider consultation. If people have reservations here and there, it's something that is national. You can seek alignment. And when you align, it may be in the original form, or you may have to tweak it, to accommodate whatever the stakeholders are going to say. And unfortunately, I was asked, to be part of the people that will brief the press. and my own bit also, unfortunately, was to our decision, for that bill to be withdrawn, so that consultation can now happen with stakeholders. But seems like some people just doesn't want to. They focus on the messenger as opposed to the message. So that caused a lot of issues. But my position still is yes, reforms, which basically supports my earlier position that you can't keep doing things the same way and expect a different result. Yes, reforms should happen, but you need alignment with wider stakeholders, to be able to arrive at a reform that will be meaningful, to everybody. And then focus should not be on the messenger. And you mentioned something briefly that, is it because I'm in the opposition, and things like that. A few days ago, I was talking to a good friend of mine, a former House of Reps member from Olonshogo, from to Abuja. I wasn't the governor then. Every time I went to Abuja, we have a breakfast at a Transcorp hotel, talking about our states, talking about things that should happen. So which opposition are you? And meanwhile, you did not even support me when I was fighting this battle. But now, we're of the same age group. So with me being elected as the governor of Oyo State, what it means is we are now in a position where the next governor will not be a 70-year-old man. Well, I'm sorry if people feel offended by that, because we've broken that genes. Now you or anybody of my generation, you can say, well, I want to be governor. When I said, I'd like to be governor, they say, Omode ni Seyi. But now nobody will say that anymore. So where is the opposition? We should all come together and say, look, this is our state. Play a different type of politics. Only one person will occupy that position at any point in time. So align and agree within ourselves and support ourselves so that our state will not go back to the era of, I'm the governor, but my 2 or 3 wives will be the ones ruling. And then whichever you can align with, will determine what you get out of this administration. Oyo State has gone beyond that, and we don't want to go back to that.
Ẹ ṣeun gómìnà, ẹ ṣeun gómìnà, ọ̀rọ̀ ń ta owó tasẹ̀ nínú gómìnà gẹ́gẹ́ bí èsì sí gbogbo òbéèrè, àmọ́ àkúkú lè sọ́tán lẹ́ẹ̀kan náà. Ẹ jẹ́ kí àrò àdánù dúró ráńpẹ́, àmọ́ ikú gbàgbé yín, àrùn gbàgbé yín, ọ̀gá àti kọmíṣánná fún ètò ìròyìn tó jẹ́ pé mo forúkọ wọn, ọmọọba Dọ̀tun Oyèládé, bí n ò ṣe rántí dárúkọ alága tèmi náà, mo rò pé ó kọ tí ẹjọ́ ń jẹ náà lọ́fà. Arábìnrin Dọ̀tun Ọláìtàn, ẹ ṣeun, ẹ jẹ́ kí á dánu dúró kí àwọn ẹ̀kọ́ míì kí wọ́n máa múra láti wọlé. Gómìnà ń bẹ lórí ìjókòó, ẹ kú àtótónu látàárọ̀. Ẹ ṣeun, ẹ kú.
Ẹ ṣeun, ẹ kú.
Àtúntì dádé o. Ṣèyí ọmọ Mákindé.
Àtún ti dádé ọ̀hún fún.
Ṣèyí ọmọ Mákindé. Ìwọ ni, ìwọ náà ni, ìwọ ni. Ṣèyí ọmọ Mákindé.
Yínníyínní kẹ́ni ṣèmí bọ́mọ ẹni bá dáa ó yẹ ká wí.
Gbogbo ará ìlú ló ti gbà pé ìdàgbàsókè ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ ló jẹ gómìnà wa lógún.
Àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ fẹ̀yìntì ń kan sára sí i. Àwọn oníṣẹ́ ọwọ́ oníṣòwò gan ò gbẹ́yìn.
Gómìnà tí kò kọtí ikú síbi aráàlú ẹ jẹ́ ká jọ kí kú oríire.
Gómìnà Ṣèyí Mákindé ẹ kú oríire.
A kí igbákejì wọn agbẹjọ́rò Adébáyọ̀ Lawal ẹ kú oríire.
Ẹgbẹ́ alága ìdúró àti ìjókòó Association of Professional Traditional Wedding Engagement Coordinators of Nigeria ti ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ ló ń kí yín pèsè takuntakun.
Ṣèyí Mákindé o, ògo lẹ́wà ní.
Ọmọ Látúbọ̀sún o,
ògo lẹ́wà ní.
ẹ jẹ́ ká fọwọ́sowọ́pọ̀ ká gbé lárugẹ.
Ògo lẹ́wà ní.
Orúkọ mi ni Olóyè Iyọlá Ọmọ́tọ̀ṣọ́ tí mo jẹ́ alága fún àjáwéjágbò nípìnlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ ẹgbẹ́ National Association of Nigeria Traditional Medicine Practitioners àmọ́ sí NATMP. Lórúkọ gbogbo ẹgbẹ́ mo kí gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ onímọ̀ ẹ̀rọ Olúwaṣèyí ọmọ Mákindé fún gudugudu méjì tí wọ́n ṣe ní ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́, pàápàá lórí ọ̀rọ̀ ètò ààbò ní ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́, ìlera àti gbogbo àwọn kan bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ. Ọlọ́run yóò mọ̀ tì wọ́n lẹ́yìn, Ọlọ́run yóò mọ̀ ràn wọ́n ṣe. Àwa ń fi àsìkò yìí rọ̀ wọ́n lórúkọ gbogbo ẹgbẹ́ NATMP ní ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ pé àwa náà ní ìdìrànlọ́wọ́ wọn gẹ́gẹ́ bí bóyá bí ètò ẹ̀yáwó bí wọ́n ṣe ṣe fún gbogbo àwọn ẹgbẹ́ yòókù. Ibìkan wà incubation center àti pàápàá búrú ṣáàṣì nípa ewé àti egbò. Ẹ rí i pé ní àwọn ìlú mi ewé àti egbò ni wọ́n fi sọ̀rọ̀ àyà tí pé pàápàá ìwòsàn ní ilẹ̀ wa níbí. So inú mi á dùn kí wọ́n fún wa ní full support lórí iṣẹ́ tí à ń ṣe ní ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́. Mo kí wọn lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ kò ní dàrú. NATMP heal the nation, heal the nation, NATMP.
Lórí o sọ fẹ́ pé ilẹ̀ yìí kò bá dorí ẹ̀ mọ́. Ẹ̀ẹ́dẹ̀ máa ní kí n ní kí ló kàn mí kan sùúrù bíra. Ta ló talẹ̀ fún ẹ̀tẹ̀ kọ̀ọ̀kan kò ní ìlú.
Ǹjẹ́ ìwọ ti lùgbàdì ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ àwọn jàgbálẹ̀ rí bí? Alágbára wo ló ti fipò tàbí fọwọ́ lágbọ́ ọ lójú gbalẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ rẹ? Talẹ́ni náà ti ń dá ọ lọ́wọ́ kọ́ lórí dúkìá rẹ. Fún èyíkéyìí àwọn ìṣòro tí ń kojú rẹ nípa ọ̀rọ̀ rẹ̀, tètè mórílé ọ̀dọ̀ àwọn àjọ tí ń dáàbò bo dúkìá lọ́wọ́ àwọn adìjàgbálẹ̀ nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ tí ń bẹ ní sẹkítẹ́rìàtì Lágòdì nílùú Ìbàdàn. Ìgbìmọ̀ amúṣáyá náà yóò ràn ọ́ lọ́wọ́ láti bọ́ gba dúkìá rẹ padà. Bí ó bá sì tún yẹ kí wọ́n pe ẹni náà lẹ́jọ́, àjọ náà ní ọ̀bọ̀ pè lẹ́jọ́ láì ní ẹni kọ́bọ̀. Ìṣàkóso gómìnà Ṣèyí Mákindé ń pariwo pé kò sáàyè mọ́ fún àwọn ajìjàgbálẹ̀ nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́. Sáà kó gbogbo àwọn ẹ̀rí rẹ̀ máa bọ̀ sọ́dọ̀ Real Properties Protection Law Task Force tí gbogbo àwọn èèyàn pè ní anti-land grabbing. Ẹni adé ìwà àbàjẹ́ ilẹ̀ gbígbà bá já mọ́ lórí ni yóò fọṣọ pé ń pèrò oko ọba.
Some people ask, why are we reconstructing all these inner roads in Ibadan? I said, when we came in 2019, we repaired those roads. They were really smooth and motorable, but they did not last more than one rainy season. After the first rainy season, the next rainy season, they were all gone. So we tried.
Ẹ ṣeun ẹ̀yin aráalé lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí ẹ tún kú àmójúbà ọlọ́lá wa gómìnà ẹnjìníà Ṣèyí Mákindé tó ṣe wípé wọ́n máa ń fi sọ́kàn láti wá ní ìfarakínra pẹ̀lú gbogbo yín láti pàṣẹ àwọn akọ̀ròyìn tá a lè pè ní agbẹnusọ ará ìlú. A ti bọ́ sí abala tí yóò kẹ́yìn lórí ètò tòní torí gbogbo ohun tó bá ti níbẹ̀rẹ̀ náà ni ó gbé kó lópin. Àmọ́ ẹ ṣe òní kọ eré àsárelé lábala tó gbẹ̀yìn lórí ètò ní tèní. Ẹ jẹ́ n tún mọ́ kí káàbọ̀ lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí Àánú Olúwapọ̀ Ọmọrìndé. Bó o ní sọ ti kọ́ ọrọ̀ ajé dé gbogbo abúta ajérò.
Adúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run.
Ilẹ̀ àgbéyàrò.
Thank you.
Agídìgbò nígboro ayé Yusuf Wúrà. Bó o ní káàbọ̀ sórí ètò. Gbogbo Splash lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí Edmond Obilo.
Thank you.
You are still on the program.
Yes.
We are together. So, ẹ jẹ́ kí a máa tú kẹ̀kẹ́ ọ̀rọ̀ sílẹ̀. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n fi ọwọ́ ẹ̀rọ wọlé. Wúrà. Ọ̀wá gbígbòdì lọ sọ́dọ̀ gómìnà nínú ìbéèrè.
You see, before Wura comes in, Mr. Governor was telling us a story, a very interesting one for that.
Are you calling the governor a storyteller?
You asked those questions to Mr. President about local government when he was governor. What did he say?
Okay. I'm not sure whether it will change anything, even if I tell you this is what Mr. President said. The only thing I can say is that we have the local government system. We are not where we're supposed to be. Myself and Mr. President were aligned as far as that is concerned, and we will work together and strive, to nudge our local government system in the direction that they are supposed to go. So, just sorry, Wura, before you come in, an information was brought to my attention that those slots that was given to my friend and brother, Kunle Sani, by Subeb, before we came in, that any administration have done for the masses. And then I'll ask my next question.
Okay. The question is particularly not a state for the masses. I'm talking about, for example, Agodi Gardens. People know that as a recreational center. People go there. And also talking about Trans Amusement Park for the kids and all. We've had people say, oh, I took my kids, they took me there as a child, and now I can't take my kids there as a parent. So that's where this question is coming from.
Why can't you take your children to Agodi Gardens?
Trans, I said trans.
Okay, so you've left Agodi Gardens?
No, I said as a recreational center.
Yes. Agodi Gardens is still there. If you want to go there today, go there. The swimming pool, all of those things, they are still there.
It's full.
Yes, and it's functional. The other side of the pond is where we gave out for building the estate. So, and that place, I can tell you that when we started, it's not less than 50, 60 corpses. They were killing people along that pregnant stretch. And it has been a problem all over, over the place. I think Alaji Ram tried to do exactly what yes, was blackmailed into dropping it. But for me, I can stop myself if I believe in something. Trans Amusement Park,
If you will be honest, ask before 2019, when did this stop functioning? When I came in 2019, they can look for they can go into the archive and look for I visited that place. It wasn't an amusement park. They were using it as event center, and then we had the mechanics in there.
Okay. How about redevelopment still as an amusement park?
Okay. We advertised for it to be redeveloped into an amusement park. We did not get any response, right? And I believe that because somebody said, Seyi Makinde Olavaje ta cocoa house ago.
People have said so many things.
Yes, they say so many things, but me, I'm looking forward to May 28, 2027 and beyond. That time, I will have played my own part, and I sincerely, really working hard to leave this state, a lot better than I met it in 2019. Yeah. People that have interest in recreational facility and all of that, they want to do it at other places based on their business model. So people have come to us to say, give us land at Ilutuntu, or a few other places like that, because they are looking at, people coming from all over the place to the airport, a whole lot of other things. Yeah. And it's their money they want to use. Yeah. I'm a firm believer in governments shouldn't have anything to do with setting up businesses. So what we could have done with amusement park is either you concession it, get people that will reactivate it and turn it into the original purpose, or don't allow it to, can you create economic activities around it? So if you're saying, this is against the people, elite, does it mean they don't go to amusement park?
Elites also go to amusement park. So people will have to bring in money. And I mentioned it in another segment that you should not, that poverty should be the leveler for all of us.
Oh, Mr. Governor, you promised to relocate it at some point.
Yeah, well, we do have a request, an amusement park within Ilutuntun area, and you can't finish this thing in a single tenor. And that's why we're saying that, can we have institutions that will guarantee well into the future that we keep having good governance in our state?
There is this impression that these developments going on in Ibadan, especially presently, are being carried out by non-indigens. And that, if care is not taken, in coming years, Ibadan may be, may be that of strangers and all that. Are you worried about this? It's in the rumor mills that the ones that are acquiring some of these properties, they are non-indigens. There is nothing bad in that. But that the number of those that are acquiring them, they are not even from anywhere around here.
When you want to hang a dog, you call it a bad name. Let me tell you my own trajectory in life. I left this Ibadan October 1990 with just one bag to Dakot. And my father was and then when I was coming back, I looked at my wife beside me, and then 3 children, in the car coming back. This is somebody that went with just a bag. So I thought to myself, well, my dad, God bless his soul, I'm going to carry Okodelio because I was so happy. Everything that I ever made in life, I did in Port Harcourt. I worked in the oil and gas industry. They gave me opportunities. They did not say, did you come from this place? Let us focus on those things that are important. Are we doing anything that excludes the indigenes from the opportunities that are available? If the answer is yes, tell us, we will correct it. Okay. But if we are not doing anything to limit the indigenes, from going out, then we need to push ourselves. Don't say that, don't use indigenship, to say, let us not develop this place. Opportunities are there. We should all key into it, whether you're if you're saying that, I should have known that this nightclub, there's noise pollution from it, I may not know. I may think you're enjoying it. You may even be a party animal. That you are inside that nightclub every now and then. So how will I say it's but the law is very clear, and there's a process. It is not the governor that will say, okay, you should not have night vigil, or you should not have this. You have people in that neighborhood, you have neighborhood association, you have layers and layers of things. I think it's just lazy to say, well, okay, Mr. Governor, you're the one to, are we not saying that the government should not be in a position where they are the ones regulating
our lives. This issue at Islamic, some people, because we've been having meetings with the security agencies, with the stakeholders since the incident happened, they say, oh no, you should make a law that people should not or if you need to do an event, you must come to government for permits. I said, our constitution have a guarantee in there, freedom of gathering, freedom of association. Yes, you can, and also we know the procedure that you need to follow. If you have to gather within this space, this number of people, the regulations are there. So, yes, when we have challenges, the tendency is for us to want to have a knee-jerk reaction. Let's do something immediately. But are those things, are they going to be sustained? Real solution to the challenges that we have.
All right, I know our time is fast spent. Okay.
Aago mọ́kànlá àbọ̀ gan ló yẹ kí gómìnà ó dìde. Àmọ́ wọ́n ti gbà fún wa yí pé a fi bí ìṣẹ́jú bíi mélòó kan kún kí wọ́n tó mọ ẹ wá má jẹ́ kí a ṣì lò. Abala kan kù nínú àwọn tí wọ́n ní lọ́kàn pé táwọn bá fojú rìnjú pẹ̀lú gómìnà.
Before that, sorry. That's fine. I will. Yes, I will do that. But even if I spend 6 hours here, it still won't be enough. Because Mosoipe, this media engagement ideally should have been quarterly. But this is the first one I'm doing this year. So it's going to be the only one. So you have like a backlog of 3. And that's why I, graciously agreed that, well, instead of stopping at 11:30, let's add maybe 15-20 minutes to it. So Edmund and Anu, you can ask. I'll try to summarize in 1 minute whatever it is that you want to ask, and then you can go to
Edmund, you go first.
I am asking questions from social media.
Okay.
Yes, another social media follower of yours is saying, Mr. Governor, what are you doing to make your state self-sufficient in electricity?
Yeah, we started the IPP, a proof of concept. We're discussing a 500 megawatt solar power project, and it's a lot of investment. You need a conducive atmosphere for investors to come in. The people think, government pockets, is limitless. No. How come countries are in various levels of development? Because you need to create value from your resources. And when you create value from your resources, that will determine how much interest and how much resources others can bring into your environment. So how come we can't have, do you think the money does not exist in this world to say, look, if you need 10, 15, 20 billion dollars, we can bring it to your environment? But can your economy, can it accommodate it? Are you developing it yourself? What are the resources that you have? What is the balance of the balance of money between what you can generate and your aspiration? So those are critical issues. Well, we've started, I commissioned a few weeks back the first phase of the IPP project. Is a proof of concept, and now we have interest, coming up.
All right, Mr. Governor, quickly, sorry. Please, on state-owned enterprises, particularly talking about Agbo Shopping Complex, quite a lot of people are not happy about the status, particularly shop owners in the complex, people who used to own shops right there. Maybe because Your Excellency on September 23, 2020, said something around the project being concluded by March 2023, but this is December 2024. What is the status?
Well, I came up then and I told the people the things that happened on that project. We gave it first to somebody that said, look, I can mobilize money, I'll fix it. Agbo wasn't like it was bubbling and doing well before 2019. I was there for my campaign, 2018, 2019. It was a dead place. You had few people at the back where we sat. It's really nothing. If you are taking Chief Bola Ige there to see Agbo that he conceived and what we met in 2019, he will have cried. So we said, let's do this. And the state does not have the resources for all of this thing. So it was given out first. Those people, they were stripping the asset and selling in connivance with some of the people there. Okay, we stopped it, brought in another person. But where we are right now is the you can see work is going on there, not at the fast pace. The government gave a guarantee. The government gave a guarantee that the bank should give money to the developer. Yeah. Of course, we had a figure, that was put on the table then. But by July 2023, in fact, as a matter of fact, by June 2023, dollar that was maybe 400 to the 400 naira to the dollar, by June 2023 became 700 just by the fiscal policies of the federal government. And today is 1,650. So the people are coming back. This money cannot be enough anymore because some of those things they will use, they are to be imported. So you have those challenges. So that's where we are, renegotiating and trying to, maybe give additional guarantees so that they can release more money to them. But again, I always emphasize that if we're not doing well, tell us objectively. And if you have a solution, any solution better than what we have proposed, bring it to the table, we'll listen to you. So if we had taken a bubbling place where people, about 2 weeks ago, we were with the Nigeria Export Promotion Council. And they said to me that from their own data, Okerete border market, that they generate between $90 and $100 million yearly. I said, okay, if you can prove it to me, the road from Shaki to Okerete, we will look for money to fix it. Because anything that can expand our economy, that can ensure that people, they trade freely and they are able to put, their profits and resources that have been generated into our own economy here, I will spend that money. So we're out there now
They coming back, they need additional guarantee from the government, and we're peeling through that.
All right. There are a list of questions here, but I'm just going to pick up. All right.
I know. Torí ìjọba àsìkò. Gbogbo àwọn question yẹn. Àwọn alábàáṣepọ̀.
Change. I don't know. Ask Wura. Let him ask. Then you go. I think we still have like 18 minutes.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Governor. Now, what caught my attention is the Ajia that I saw here. Please ask Mr. Governor about the Adigbaye Ajia Road. When will it be fixed? Ajia. That struck me.
I am from Ajia. And Adigbaye Ajia Road was the road in existence before I came in.
No, you opened it.
So, again, some of these things, because you have to pace yourself with the resources that you have. So, we've reviewed that project. All the hydraulic structures, they are done.
But there's points now.
Yes, I know. That's Adigbaye Ajia. That's the one coming from the airport.
Exactly.
Yes. Because we did not, we didn't put the wearing cost on it. I think it was just stone base, and then hydraulic structure. So that has been done. But unfortunately, what the bit that you have the most impact on in terms of the quantum of money is asphalt. Bitumen, even though God deposited the second largest bitumen in the world in Nigeria, we still import bitumen. That is the situation. So if dollar has moved in 2023, May, from 400 naira to 1,650 today, that's times 3. If I remember, that project was awarded at about 12 billion at that time, maybe 12 billion. So today, you're talking about a differential of 24 billion. They know that we just don't come and talk. We crunch our numbers. We look for the resources and all of that. I'm from that place, and the only thing I can say is before I leave, it will be done.
Amen.
And I think we have money in the 2025 budget.
Àwọn tí wọ́n fẹ́ tẹ gómìnà láago ló kù báyìí. Kódà tọrọ àwọn tí wọ́n fẹ́ béèrè ìbéèrè lọ́wọ́ gómìnà tó bá kó gbé ojú pẹ̀lú wọn. Àwọn alábàáṣepọ̀ gómìnà ọmọ kò lọ ológun ẹ̀ tí àbá lè yanjú bí tó fi máa wọn lẹ́tà. Àmì ẹ̀jẹ̀ á ṣe ojú òpó lẹ̀ fáwọn aráalé. Torí pé bí gómìnà ṣe wà ń bí jàkùmọ̀ ni wọ́n iṣẹ́ ẹran bì kan. A sì gbọ́dọ̀ wá ṣe àǹfààní tá a nílò. Edmund má bínú. Múra ṣe sùúrù. Àánú ọlọ́wọ́ fàánú gbà wá. Hello. Gómìnà ni ó wà lórí ètò yìí o, ta ló wà ń bẹ̀?
Hello, Mákindé gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́.
Kí lorúkọ yín?
Orúkọ mi ni Tolú Adélẹ́yẹ.
Láti
Òkè-Ò. Àkàndá ẹ̀dá mi ní Akí gómìnà wọn kú iṣẹ́ olúwa máa tẹ̀ wọ́n síwájú. Wọn ò ní ṣíṣe. Ṣùgbọ́n àwọn gómìnà nígbà tí wọ́n kọ́ dé ìjọba, gbogbo àwọn àkàndá ni wọ́n dá lọ́lá torí di àsìkò yìí. Ṣùgbọ́n nínú ìjọba tí wọ́n ṣẹ̀dẹ̀ ní káńsù ní bí oṣù bíi 5 sẹ́yìn, wọn ò tí ì fún àkàndá nípò tí àwọn tó ń bẹ̀rẹ̀ jákèjá tó ń fún nípò yẹn wọ́n máa ń tọ́jú wa. Ṣùgbọ́n láti ìgbà tí mo rò tí wọ́n fún àwọn àkàndá òní kẹ̀kẹ́ jẹ mọ́, à ń pẹ gómìnà ọlọ́lá jùlọ kó bá wa fún bàbá wa Adékànbí ní àbúfà tó mú àwọn àkàndá bẹ̀rẹ̀ nípò ká máa jẹ ká lè fi máa jẹun gómìnà èèyàn dáadáa ní ìdájọ́ oníṣẹ́ wọn oníṣẹ́ àwọn ọmọ wọn kọ́ bá wa fi sẹ́rí èrò wọn sí kọ́ dẹ̀ bá wa sọ nǹkan tó pa wọ́n fi fún àwọn àtẹ̀dájúkọ káàkiri wo gómìnà olúwa wà pẹ̀lú yóò ẹ ṣọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ọdún o.
ẹ ti dá ẹ ṣeun.
Alàgbà Tolú àbí.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni látòkè o.
Láti òkè o. Ní alẹ́ àná a sì ṣe meeting àwọn tájọ tó wà meeting náà wọ́n ń gbọ́ mi. Senator Masura Sumonu wà ní meeting yẹn lánàá. Ogunwuyi ó wà níbí ó wà ní meeting yẹn and n ta agree sí èmi rò pé a ti ṣe ni because n ta ṣe ní the last one ni a ti agree lálẹ́ àná pé a ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe sọ yẹn we will do it and next Tuesday announcement yẹn á jáde and Barrister Adekambi àti Femi àti ní kí wọ́n contact wọn to bring
hello
to bring the names.
Hello. Ẹ ti wọlé parí.
Hello.
Hello, ta ló wà ń bẹ̀?
Orúkọ mi ni Kọ́ládé.
Láti. Alàgbà Kọ́ládé bolẹ̀ tí ń pè wá. Ṣé rí tí ẹ bá yí ẹ̀rọ rédíò àbí tẹlifíṣàn yẹn sílẹ̀, àlejò gbádùn rẹ̀ yóò sì gbé dànù.
Láti Amúlòpó.
Kí ni ìbéèrè yín ní kánmọ́kánmọ́?
Láti Amúlòpó.
Àní ẹ yí rédíò yín àbí tẹlifíṣàn yẹn sílẹ̀.
Ìbéèrè mi.
Mo ti sọ pé yóò gbé dànù, wọ́n fẹ́ máa gbọ́ra wọn ni. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ẹ bá pè wọlé tẹ́ ẹ bá ti gbọ́ tá a ṣe ẹ̀ lò ó túmọ̀ sí pé àwa nìkan kọ́ ibi gbogbo tí ẹ bá ti ń tẹ́tí sétò wọ́n ti ń gbọ́ yín èyàn ò ní súnmọ́ sí kó tó lòun ó súfèé o. À ń retí kálòmíì ó pè wọlé bóyá gómìnà ń gbà tá à ń retí. Hello.
Hello da.
Aha. Ẹ ti wọlé.
Akí gómìnà wa o.
Kí lorúkọ yín?
Ọlọ́lá wa. Àdúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín o.
Kí lorúkọ yín?
Olúwa máa tẹ̀síwájú.
Àmín.
Orúkọ tèmi ni Moses Adébíkí.
Láti
ìfẹ́lẹ́gbà gbọ́ pé kí ní Ìdó.
Ìdó.
Ẹjọ́ ọ̀nà wa tó wà láti Baptist dé All-Saints Road.
Ṣé wọ́n ń sọ fún yín ni?
Bí wọ́n torí Ọlọ́run nígbàgbé yín o.
Àmín.
Àdúpẹ́ o.
Ẹ ṣeun.
Sorry, ọ̀nà yín láti bo.
Wọ́n ní láti Baptist.
Láti Baptist.
Lọ síbo.
Lọ́nà àpáta.
Okay, Baptist today ọ̀nà àpáta.
Tó kọjá sí All-Saints Road.
Okay. Ẹ ṣeun. Bóyá kí gómìnà ó lè kó gbogbo ẹ̀ pọ̀ torí lára àwọn ìbéèrè tó ti wọlé ló a ti gbọ́ yín wọ́n ó fèsì sí àwọn èèyàn ń sọ ànìkan ti kọ̀wé síbí wọ́n ń béèrè nípa kí ni yóò ṣẹlẹ̀ sí bíríìjì olódó pẹ̀lú ibi tí nǹkan dé dúró báyìí bákan náà ni àwọn ará àdúgbò Gateway Estate ìdí ìṣe ní Yàwírí wọ́n dúpẹ́ pé òkun lọ́wọ́ yín àmọ́ torí ìjọba àsìkò wọ́n ní ẹ dákun ẹ ti gbé ọ̀nà ojú irin Olúkọ̀tún ẹ ti buwọ́lù àmọ́ ń gbò ní ṣé ó gbéra sọ wọ́n ní kẹ́sì mọ́ gbàgbé Yàwírí pápá àtẹ̀là sí Kútẹ̀ tó jẹ́ pé kìnìún náà ìyá bàrà sí wọ́n nítorí pé ó ti gé àwọn kan sọnù tí àwọn ò lè ráyè kọjá wá sí ìgboro mọ́ Comrade Lawrence Ojo akọ̀wé Kọ́lá Ọ̀jàlábí alága ni wọ́n buwọ́lù ẹnìkan sì ń bẹ tí máa pè lójoojúmọ́ alàgbà Adédayọ̀ Ìdòwú látòkè o àdúrà ni wọ́n máa ń rọ̀jò rẹ̀ lé lórí wọ́n mọ̀ pé omi rẹ̀ ọmọ kan sí i lára ní gbogbo ibi tẹ́ ẹ bá wà àmọ́ gbogbo ìgbà tí wọ́n bá pè wọn ò lè má jẹ ọ̀nà òkè ò sí Ìṣẹ́yìn lẹ́nu àǹfààní rẹ̀ fún gómìnà láti sọ pa rẹ̀.
Òkè ò sí Ìṣẹ́yìn is federal road.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
But same láti Ìṣẹ́yìn lọ sí Ṣakí. But wọ́n rí i pé recently I said pé even though federal road ni a ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ iṣẹ́ lórí ẹ̀ especially láti ensure pé ó wà distant and motorable during this holiday season. Èmi náà dẹ̀ ni màá sì lọ síbẹ̀ around 26, 27 tí mo bá wà ní Fáṣọlá I will go there láti wo ohun tí wọ́n ṣe. Bí mo ṣe sọ resources ni some of these things also we are ní obstruction.
Ọ̀yọ́ sí Ìsẹ́yìn, it took us 2 years láti gba approval from the federal government kí wọ́n jẹ́ ká ṣe. Every year wọ́n ní pé àwọn fowó sínú budget and all of those things until Governor Fashola tó wọ́n jẹ́ minister fún works, federal minister for works níta, and I said èló lẹ fi sínú budget yìí. So it's almost very similar situation ni wọ́n ti award òkè òsì sẹ́yìn yẹn. I think it's part of the super highway tí wọ́n ló ń bọ̀ láti Badagry tó ń lọ sí Sokoto. Àwa Ọ̀yọ́ state àdẹ̀ lè ṣe super highway. Àwọn highway táwa ń ṣe àwọn irú highway bíi ní àṣìṣe ní mi ò tí mọ tí super á ṣe. So that is the problem tí a ní níbẹ̀ yẹn. But they should be rest assured pé tá a bá ti rí nǹkan tí wọ́n ń ṣe regarding that super highway, we can be bullish and do our own thing. We can be bullish. I told some people there are few decisions tí mo ti take. But after tí mo bá ti commission the first segment circular road, tí mo commission the upgraded Ibadan airport, I will not commission any other thing. Nothing. Everything tí wọ́n bá fẹ́ commission, commissioner for we are deputy governor, they like àti my commissioner káàkiri nísàlẹ̀. We will let him go and do it. But commissioner for works, he will be the one declaring anything open, because it is shameful that okay, as a governor, what is it? Is the road the Mama Commission? I will focus from that point. Me only commission anything more, but I'll focus on most of the institutions still and build, and those are soft issues. And after next year also, I may not award any contract again after end 2025. So I have the whole of 2026 and part of 2027. Láti consolidate and all of those things. But listen, there may be certain windfalls. There may be our push towards solid minerals development near your state is almost at a very advanced stage. That's why I can have that comfort to say, look, Ejeka create sovereign wealth fund for your state, so that my target came into law at least $100 million. Magical one in the sovereign wealth fund, and then they can build on it so that we don't dislocate. If the windfall comes, we will not dislocate our economy for that. We will keep saving and then maintain the pace. Be law. So if those things happen, well, okay, we'll see saying we can create our own link. Tioni tower away from the super highway, we will still achieve the same thing. Super highway wà láti Ọ̀yọ́ sí Ògbómọ̀ṣọ́ tó ń lọ sí Ìlọrin. That's a super highway. But ìgbà tí super highway ò lọ bó ṣe yẹ kó máa lọ, we fix Ọ̀yọ́ to Ìsẹ́yìn, and we have Ìsẹ́yìn to Ògbómọ̀ṣọ́. Kò ń ṣe super highway, ṣùgbọ́n highway náà ni tó jẹ́ pé Ọ̀yọ́ kùlùlùlù bẹ́ẹ̀ ni. You can bridge Olódó àti àwọn ará Ìyàwó. Bridge Olódó torí òjò and all of those things. I mean, the second the second lane local. Now tójò ti parí, they can double up the work, because they block ibẹ̀ yẹn nígbà tójò ń rọ̀. They have to go push on it that by March, that second lane
should be open for traffic.
Àwọn ará Yàwúrì Macedonia kankan tí wọ́n ní àti bá gbé fún ojú orin lọ sí Olúkọ̀tún. Ọmọ láàbẹ̀nu bá kankan bẹ̀. Mo rò pé lọ́nà Kútẹ̀.
Well, Tabati award contract. The only contract, see, mo lè rántí, I know some people, ìgbà tí wọ́n bá mi ní time ẹ pé Ṣakí Ọ̀gbọ̀rọ̀ Ìgbòho iṣẹ́ ti dúró lórí ẹ̀. I said, iṣẹ́ á padà sórí ẹ̀. Now we are almost eating Ọ̀gbọ̀rọ̀. So it's on the other side from Ọ̀gbọ̀rọ̀ to Ìgbòho ní Oku. The only project that I can say under this administration tó dàbí ẹni pé ó wà abandoned, which I'm still promising the people pé kò ní wà abandoned, only BCJ sí side àpáta yẹn, wire and cable, wá sí Nihot. Yes, a few days ago I still met the contractor tó ń ṣiṣẹ́ níbẹ̀, Steel Heart, Mrs. Adeyemi. And I told her, look, you will return to that place. Only as okay, I know everything to you on Shelembe. So, wire and cable, BCJ, Nihot, it won't be abandoned. Tabati award anything, we will see it through. So that is my promise to you.
Why did the governor stop the Elebu Road reconstruction embarked by the federal senator? This is very disheartening. I'm very confused. Adeni Olomola.
I think the person is confused. Why will I stop a project? If they are playing politics or they want to misinform the people, is their problem. For me, I did not stop. It was Oseni ló try láti Remi Oseni ló fẹ́ ṣe. Anything tó bá fẹ́ ṣe, tó bá need support from Oyo State government, we will gladly give it. If I can fix federal road, why will I stop help? What do I want to achieve? It's propaganda. It's pure propaganda.
I don't see.
Okay. Yusuf Olasuji says, I want him to reduce our school fees. Emmanuel Alayonde, University of Education, Oyo.
And that of LAUTECH too.
Yeah. LAUTECH students also type something.
Well,
hello, good morning. Good morning,
the
sir.
Cost for everything is gone up. It's even still going up. That is why, even from the government
morning,
side
sir.
and Labour, and let me use this opportunity láti dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ the Labour leaders ní Ọ̀yọ́ State. Mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín because just like it's our state, if we all come together to see what we can do for our state, then we will work together in the best interest of the people. So we strike on minimum wage and all of that. You stay calm. You stay Comrade Martins, the TUC, the joint
GSC.
Ben Modupe Lowoyin. So any minimum wage is here. When I came in as governor in 2019, minimum wage was 18,000. We negotiated the one for 30,000, consequential adjustment. Now minimum wage is from 1st of January is now 80,000 minimum wage. Things are going up. So I'm not saying maybe they can't do anything, but it's engagement. They have to engage with the authorities. Let us have an understanding. Let us be open. Are there areas we can make things better? Or are there things that we can, even if the school fees is agreed as this, are there things that we can do that will ameliorate, whatever sovereigns
the students are having. And also, let me say this. You have the student loan scheme also from the federal. Yes, some of the students may think, no, we don't want to be encumbered in any way. Tabakari school, if I want to travel abroad, I want to be able to do that. I'm appealing to them. I spoke to the people and I said, your state government will guarantee those loans. We'll put the guarantee so that they are not really encumbered per se. The government will take on that responsibility if they are not able to pay in the future. But let them come out and take these loans where possible. I've asked the Commissioner for Education is here. He was in that meeting. I've asked them to work out the modality that the loans that are being given, put it on your state, while we also improve on bursaries and all of those things. But it's a common problem, is what we are faced with. Things
bí ṣe mọ rí náà nìyẹn ní bínú gbogbo ìbéèrè pọ̀ lọ́wọ́ òbílù àti àwa yòókù gan náà níbi tí a wà yìí àmọ́ ìlérí tí gómìnà ṣe a gbọ́dọ̀ tàsé àgẹ̀rẹ̀ bó bá wá rí bẹ́ẹ̀ a mọ̀ dánu dúró náà ní ibi tá a bá dé ní tèmi gbogbo ohun tó jẹ mọ́ lẹ́tà pátápátá lẹ́tà ẹnìkan náà tó rè tó ní lẹ́tà karùn-ún tó wọ́n kọ sí gómìnà rí mo rò pé ìbéèrè fún náà lọ́wọ́ ni Evangelist Dio Abiona a kó gbogbo lẹ́tà fún ọlọ́lá wa gbogbo ìbéèrè tó kù pátápátá àti tó wọlé lójú òpó ìtàkùn àgbáyé àwọn amúgbálẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ gómìnà ọmọ kò lọ ṣùgbọ́n kí á tó máa lọ gómìnà ẹ ṣe ìrànlọ́wọ́ tó lágbára fún àwọn senior citizens àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ fẹ̀yìntì pàápàá lórí ètò ìlera tí ẹ sanwó wọn lópin ẹ tó dáwó padà nǹkan àwa mọ ibi tí nǹkan lè dé dúró fún wọn bóyá kí ẹ máa bá wọn ronú sí orí wọn gbẹ̀mí lẹ́yìn púpọ̀ tó.
Me as a comrade Abasan, we're talking, we're done with the minimum wage and the consequential adjustment. And the next thing is to now come to the pensioners. Yeah, I know they said, oh, this has not been reviewed in, almost 17 years or thereabouts, but we know it is a problem. We know they've used their strength, when they were strong. They've used it to serve the state. And I can only assure them that we will not abandon them. We will not abandon them.
Àánú Olúwapọ̀ ńlẹ́ o ṣeun àkú àtàárọ̀.
Thank you.
Nílùú jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ ńlẹ́ ọmọ mọ́rìndé. Yusuf Wúrà àsìkò ló pẹ́ àlẹ́jọ́ Edmond Obilo, we have to think of another time.
But yeah, just one second. Do you want to be president in 2027? And number two, when are we having a new Alafin?
Bóyá number 3 kẹ́ẹ̀kọ́ pọ̀. Yàtọ̀ sí pé à ń ṣe títì, à ń mójútó infrastructure. Bí Seyi Makinde bá kú olóróyè nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́, kí ni kára yóò fi máa ṣèrántí rẹ̀?
Okay. Do I want to be president? Number one, do I want to be president in 2027? Má jẹ́ kí a jẹ́ ẹni tí ò ní di ọ̀la tó sọ pé next year òun á kò sí nǹkan tó ò ní ṣe. I have work that Oyo State people have given to me. We've done quite a bit. We still have a lot more to do. My focus is not president in 2027. My focus is to deliver on the mandate given to me by Oyo State people. 2, when are we going to have the new Alafin? Unfortunately, wọn ò fi mí jẹ oyè ní Ọ̀yọ́ bí wọ́n ṣe kingmaker. The kingmakers and the commissioner for local government and chieftaincy matters, Lojo Konibe, the overall our kingmakers and the people, all of them that are gone or are going to court, here and there, they need to withdraw those things, come together, and then let the kingmakers do their work. However, I'll still continue to say, if the process is tainted by corruption, they won't get my signature. Alaafin's tool is so important to the Yoruba race that it cannot be bought. They must follow the process. And then finally, number 3, Kunle.
Yes, sir.
Midnight, June 29, May 28, 2027. I want to be remembered as somebody that the people of the state gave an opportunity to serve them. And I did it without any fear. I did it without any favor. I'll make my mistakes, but I will have done the job honestly to the best of my
Gómìnà ní gbogbo ẹ̀yin ará ilé, àmọ́ ní tí wọ́n fi rántí kálukú, àmọ́ òdodo tó jẹ́ àgbàdo nífẹ̀ẹ́ tí sì gbé orílẹ̀-èdè lékè lẹ́ẹ̀mọ́ fi ṣèrántí àwọn bọ́n bá kó bẹ́ẹ̀ tán yàtọ̀ sí gbogbo àwọn iṣẹ́ tí máa ń fọ̀n lẹ́yìn oníṣẹ́ tó ti lọ lóníranran. Adúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gbogbo yín fún àǹfààní ta ní. Edmond Obilo, it's good to have you in the studio here today.
Thank you.
You are very welcome.
When I was walking around, I was thinking, I think the governor should put in more money in BCOS.
You are speaking my mind.
Sir, did you see the doors? I peep into that studio when going out, sir. We need more money here. Don't you think so?
But the governor is doing so much.
Our resources are limited. We have to keep pushing. Yes.
Okay.
You're right. But our resources are
Wúrà
limited.
Yusuf, Ọṣẹ́ Ọpátàárọ̀, Àánú Olúwapọ̀, Ọmọnìdé, Ìfẹ́ Olúwa, Ìbùkún Olúwa, mo kí ọ púpọ̀ púpọ̀. Àti Sam, mo kí ìwọ náà, ẹ ṣeun ẹ kú àtàárọ̀. Nínú ìsìgbàgbé Comrade Ṣẹ́gun Ògúngbàyí. Àwọn tí wọ́n bá wa túmọ̀ rẹ̀ fún gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n láǹfààní láti gbọ́ tàbí láti rí tí à ń ṣe níbí, mo kí ẹ̀yin méjèèjì náà. Gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n kọ̀wọ́rẹ́ pẹ̀lú ọlọ́lá wa gómìnà wa nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́, ẹ ṣeun ẹ kú dìde. Alhaji Hakeem Azeez, mo rí yín bẹ̀. Big Daddy Sugar, Ọlátóyè, ẹ kú ayé bẹ̀. Tó fi mọ́ Dayọ̀ Ògúnbọ̀wálé àti gbogbo àwọn tó kù ń bẹ̀. Kí á tó dìde, ilé-iṣẹ́ rédíò àti tẹlifíṣàn ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́, àsìkò pọ̀pọ̀ ṣiṣẹ́ ọdún la wà yìí. Santa Claus ò tí ì padà sí Rome, ó sì ń gbàlejò àwọn ọmọdé. Àmọ́ ó fẹ́ kàn sí gómìnà náà gẹ́gẹ́ bí ara ẹ̀bùn tó gbé wá láti Rome. Olóyè Dọ̀tun Ọláìtàn, ó yá kí á tó mọ̀ dìde lórí ètò. Ẹ gbé kinní ìwá ẹ̀yin lọ́kàn.
Mother.
Ẹ bọ́ sẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ bẹ̀yẹn. Gbogbo àwa tí a kópa nínú ètò yìí tí a bá ti ṣe tán, ẹ máa bọ̀ wá síbí láti bá gómìnà ya fọ́tò.
Má gbàgbé ẹrù fún wọn lọ́wọ́ o.
Ọ̀dà, ẹ jẹ́ kí wọ́n gbé fún. Okay. Are we?
Yes. Ẹ jókòó náà gómìnà. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin aráalé, ibi ni a rí mọ ní tèmi. Gbogbo àwọn ilé iṣẹ́ ìgbóhùnsáfẹ́fẹ́ tí wọ́n darapọ̀ mọ́ wa pátápátá. Bí mo ń sọ̀rọ̀ yìí, mo lè má rántí gbogbo rẹ̀ lórí, wọ́n mọ̀ bá wa yí lójú ìwòran. Àmọ́ mo mọ̀ pé IBR, Solution, Star àti Yes tó fi mọ́ Splash tó fi mọ́ FRCN, Àgídìgbò, Olúyọ̀lé, Ajílété, Òkè Ògùn, Success, Solution, Lágelú àti gbogbo àwọn tó kù pátápátá tó fi mọ́ 32 FM. Àmọ̀rírì gbogbo yín tí àjọ lọ́wọ́ sí kinní ọ̀hún. Àjọṣe wa kò ní bàjẹ́. Lágbára Ọlọ́run, gómìnà ti ṣèlérí pé kò ní máa jẹ́ ẹ̀kan lọ́dún. Ọlọ́run ó sì jẹ́ kí ó rí bẹ́ẹ̀. Ọ̀nà lọ́pọ̀ lẹ́rùn, kì í ṣe pé àwọn náà fẹ́ máa wá gbogbo ìgbà. Bóyá ńgbà tí ó bá di inú oṣù kẹta, àmú tó ti ń bọ̀ wá. Ọlọ́run ní jẹ́ ó yẹ. Edmond, God bless you. All my colleagues, good morning to you all. The members of the entourage of His Excellency, we appreciate you all, most especially His Excellency, the Deputy Governor, and all other members of the State Executive Council. God bless all of us. Merry Christmas in advance. Happy New Year also in advance. Your Excellency, sir, we appreciate you. Ẹ kú iṣẹ́ ìlú o, ẹ láṣeyọrí.